That's right. Just an ooh. That's as much as we've got as an intro, I'm afraid. Ooh. That one. We click the button and it should just work, but there's no guarantee of that. No. There you go. Emphasis on the no guarantee of that. No, there we go. We've got bulky pics. Big old bulky pics. Would you reply with your bulky pics? Here we go. The book is not on screen, which is weird. Why? Why are you not on screen? Because I'm in the wrong window. That is why I've gone to the wrong menu. Welcome, autumn leaves in the wind, rustling by. It would be very appropriate if your name was Russell, but I don't think your name is Russell. Feel free to inform me if your name is Russell, but I don't think it is. Anyway, write my story. Act 1, Chapter 2. That's where we were from last week. This is Joe Dever's Lone Wolf. I think I need to push another button. Oh, your name is actually Autumn. Wow, okay, that's fair. I wouldn't have guessed that, despite the fact that it is obviously in your username. But there you go. I suppose I wouldn't necessarily have guessed because it's you know, I couldn't see the forest for the leaves on the tree. It's funny because it's not funny. That's why it's funny. Okay, what? Okay, yeah. Right. Bronnin Warehouse, yeah. See the warehouse in the middle distance. Okay. Largest two-story buildings in Rockstern, and it is easy to find now that you know precisely where it is. Ah, yes, I remember now, because we left off on this map screen. I just needed to double-click it. Do I actually need a little cheeky? I always hate the way it says should be, but it certainly will help my my key powers and my energy bar. So I think we'll have a little meditate. Awesome, I feel fully rested. Right. And now we go to the Bronnin Warehouse. Oh, there we go. And remember how many clicks it wants. How many clicks do you want? Do you just want 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? I can give you as many clicks even, as you want. 20 crows are sitting in a line upon the apex of its grey slate roof. Their black eyes watch you intently as you draw closer. The great double doors at the front of the warehouse are shut, and all of the building's windows have been smashed. There are heaps of splintered timbers, broken crates, overturned handcarts used for transporting Bronnin ingots, and myriad other debris scattered around its entrance. The evidence of Gyak devastation is plain for all to see. You stop for a few moments, using the cover of a shadowy doorway to view the warehouse, and to decide the best way to try and enter this building. Well, I think I've got my invisibility powers. I do have my invisibility powers. My Kai camouflage. I could just use a mining cart as a battering ram. Have a think about it. Put a mining cart inside the warehouse. Or I don't master the discipline of brain. I can ask the crows on the rooftop for help. I don't know if I trust the crows. Can you really trust a crow? I think I'll use my own powers of invisibility, because it means I'm invisible. You take note of a window to the left of the double doors. The window and frame have been wrenched out in one piece, and they now lie on the ground below the hole in the wall. That was an extremely shit TV programme. It may still be a shit TV programme. You can't trust them as far as you could crow them. Oh, boo! Boo is boo! But it's better than anything I come out with, so I can't critique you too harshly. But oh my. You run towards the hole, and with cat-like agility you pull yourself through and drop down behind a large wooden crate. You crouch in the shadows and take stock of your new surroundings. You are right to have been cautious upon entering this warehouse. It is occupied by a platoon of Giak raiders.
Hello there.
Hello there. Are you a Giak raider? I reckon he could probably play a Giak raider if he wanted to, but nonetheless, I don't think he is. But I think he responded to the idea of being a Giak raider. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi, yes. I spent a long time on Tatooine perfecting my acting of the Giak species. I very much took a method approach. I went and hung out with the Giak raiders, and then I became one, and I refused to drop that, even in the downtime of the production. You are an agent of chaos, yes. You're particularly pleased with that title, aren't you? I don't think I should have given it to you, because it now means you're going to be more chaotic than ever, just to really prove the point. But welcome, Mr. Blue Bush. Welcome. Welcome to more Joe Dever's Lone Wolf. Specifically, the HD remaster of Joe Dever's...
Fuck me!
Fuck you, indeed. I was like a random fuck you always makes me think it's probably Albion. Like technically anybody can use an FU or an F me. Technically, it's a fuck me. Anyone can use them at any point in time, but there does seem to have developed patterns of usage.
Ever tell me the odds?
You usually get a hello there and a fuck me from Can't Sleep, and you usually just get a random out of nowhere fuck me from Albion. But welcome, Mr. Blue Bush, welcome, Mr. Albion, and welcome, Autumn Leaves in the Wind. I must admit, I've just realised that could either be the sort of thing off of a tree, leaves in the wind, or it could just be someone just like alright, I'm going to go with the lowest common denominator for the fun. Someone farts and you just go, no, I'm leaving. But there you go. He slapped his birthday cake, which is unwise because it's fucking icing and sponge everywhere. But as I was saying moments ago, for those who have only just turned up, this is Joe Dever's Lone Wolf HD remaster. It's been quite fun, for me at least. I imagine it's quite boring for anybody actually watching it, because it's just a book. I love it. I love the graphics. I love the art style. I love everything about it. But it's just me reading a book, which, yeah. Thought about them all when came up with the username. Nice. Well, at least none of them are going to be surprising. But there you go. Led by a Drakabim. How are people this afternoon? How are you? How are you all today? Currently playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Oh, beautiful. I love Mass Effect. I really enjoyed those games. I remember back when I first played it. Well, back when I first played it, I was just playing it normally. Autumn Leaves Wind is my Minecraft name, which is the fart joke. Nice. But in Mass Effect, I remember I think it was back when my first computer broke down. I decided to play it on my PlayStation. Obviously, I couldn't play on my computer, it was broken. But I was not, I was in quite an angry position. My computer was broken and I didn't have any real substantial knowledge on how to fix it. Eventually I did, because I think it was just the graphics card that died, but it was still like a sort of a few days of sort of research and fuck all to do. But nonetheless, I was in there, and through that, like the second game, I think it was basically I got very annoyed and very angry in a general sense, in like a real world sense, and so I reflected that in the character. So I did all the rebel. It's not rebel, is it? I think it does begin renegade. That's the word I'm after. And I chose all the nastiest renegade actions. I punched the reporter in the face. I did everything. Renegade. And then by the time I'd completed that one and I was moving on to sort of play the third game, I'd fixed my computer and all was starting to sort of ease off a little bit. And so I was in a better headspace. And so throughout the third game, I was starting to bring him back round to the good side. So I was starting to choose a bit more of a balance and then leaning slightly more towards the good guy options. And it turned into this fascinating sort of redemption arc for a very angry shepherd. Especially, one of the unforeseen circumstances was, I think I did it where I just chose the options from the first game, because I didn't play the first game because I didn't have it on PlayStation. So you choose your options, and I think I chose the idea of having a relationship with, I think the character's name is Ashley. I might be wrong. The female character that you could have a relationship in the first game. And then, like, the second game, of course, she's not really in it, I don't think. And I ended up having sort of no relationship at the end of the second game. Mostly because I suppose I'd punched everybody and been an angry sausage. But then in the third game, she came back as a main playable character, I think. And it rekindled. And then lo and behold, Shepard goes off with her at the end. And it's like, it was this weird, perfect arc of a storyline that I didn't really intend to do. I just didn't bother with much of the relationship stuff in the second game. So it was this idea of, yes, Ashley. Oh, Ashley. And then, oh, Ashley's back. Oh, I've got her back. And he calmed down. And I thought it was quite entertaining. But that was my primary experience with Mass Effect. I do want to go back to it at some point. I do own the Legendary Edition. And I do want to have another go at that one, because they were very good. And frankly, I even liked Andromeda. I know. What sort of gamer are you where you actually liked a tolerable game that was enjoyable to play, but everybody else hates it, so you should too? I know, I'm awful, but nonetheless, I did actually quite enjoy Andromeda, and I look forward to seeing anything further they do in the Mass Effect universe, unless with their experience of Andromeda, they go, figure out a way of doing something with Shepard again, when really Shepard's Tale, I feel like Shepard's Tale is done. That's 1, 2, 3, done. He done. You don't need to go back to Shepard. Done. So it'll be interesting to see if they do anything more, or whether they're going to give it a rest, because I think they're doing a Star Wars one? Question mark? I don't know. Maybe. There's so many of these odd little rumours and stuff that crop up and crop down and crop all over the place. Possibly even they go around in circles and make crop circles. I don't know, but nonetheless, anything by BioWare I do actually quite enjoy. Anyway, so led by a Dracarim warrior clad in black battle armour. You cannot leave by the way you entered. To do so will alert the entire platoon to your presence. You decide that the only hope you have of getting out of here alive is by picking off the Gyaks one by one. 3 unwary Gyaks fall victim to your silent and deadly attacks before you are spotted and the alarm is raised. That's not me. That's can't remember her name, but that's our female friend with a crossbow. Why is her... If she turns up and rescues me, they've put her portrait in too early. If she does nothing, they've just randomly put her portrait in. Which makes no sense to me. But let's see. You have reduced their numbers, but there are many more, and now they are closing in on you from all sides. Okay, her portrait is just there for no reason. It's fair, I suppose. I don't mind looking at her portrait, but it just seems weird that she's just... and suddenly she's there. It's just odd. Okay, so we got a couple of little Gyak fellas and a big Dracarim boy. I'm a Dracarim boy. Truth be told, not sure. I think probably focus on him first this time. Maybe try this triple attack. Excellent. Just in case you forgot she exists, I suppose. Yeah, possible. Oh no! Whoa! Oh no! Maybe she's actually turning up in this battle. Because I didn't do that, which is weird. I don't know how that man. Oh shit! Yeah, I've just burnt my energy there. That's unfortunate, but never mind. I do have mind over. I don't really want to use mind over matter. I think we'll just wait until next turn rolls around. Ow! Ow! Doubly owls! All of the owls! The ouchies are mine. Yeah! I dodge you and I counteract your doings. Don't make me hurt you, because I will. I'm emotionally unavailable. I will only ever hurt you. Whoops, I fucked it. I fucked it right up. But other than that, it's fine. Spin around. I don't think I've got the energy. 500, not gonna get that. I think one dagger should be tolerable to... No, it's not. Cocksucker. Oh, I don't really want to use multiple daggers. Fine. It's going to have to be. Throw the wave of daggers. In fact, the wave of... Oh, no, I thought I'd completely killed that man, but I had not. He's gotten up. I think we'll best leave it until we roll around to the next round. Ow. Please don't hit me. I do not like it. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing, but I'll tell you what, let's strike a stun, maybe? Yeah. Good. We have stunned the man, and now we can make him suffer. Suffer dearly. Suffer, suffer now, sir. Yes, indeed. We don't know. Oh, hey, that's the big finish. Nice. Looks a bit like he sort of nodded his head. Yes, yes, I am dead. I apologise for interfering with your business now. But nonetheless, I've finally. It's taken me literally 2 weeks now to finally actually hit one of those little extra buttons. It's only really because I was actually expecting to have to do an interact. Most of the other occasions I've not expected it, therefore it's not happened. Ooh, silver necklace. I probably do want one of those. Let's remember. That's the menu, isn't it? So inventory. And the silver necklace has gone on me immediately. Excellent. I am a very dexterous boy. I don't know how you would get extra arm. I suppose we've not really been to a shop or anything. Not officially. We've been to some dead shops, but not like a shop where you could actually do some shopping. Does it specify how many knives I've actually got here? No. Ah, yes, there we go. 3. Not a lot of daggers. Not a lot of daggers at all. Do you? No. I wondered if you put, like, the bombs in place of daggers, but apparently you don't. It has been a grueling combat. Yet you are less revolted and exhausted by the outcome than you would have been so before. Somewhere I can read, I promise. You stand astride the body of the Drakkar who led this slain platoon. Beside him is an object that you saw him drop when you struck your killing blow. It is the control handle. You have found the missing part, and you have delivered summary justice to the creature that murdered Sheriff Tarlor. You place the control handle in your backpack, and then you search this spacious building, wary of gyaks that may have taken refuge from the fight and could still be hiding in the shadows. You find no enemies left alive, but you do discover a bolted trapdoor set into the warehouse floor. It has an iron grill. You peer through the grill and see 2 villagers huddled together in a workshop below. Quickly, you pull open the drawer bolt and lift the trapdoor. Come out, you tell them. The gyaks will not harm you now. The first to climb out is a young man in a leather work apron, followed by a teenage girl. They are villagers, and they count themselves lucky to be alive. They are grateful to you for releasing them, but there is disappointment in their eyes. They fear that you alone will not rid them of the scores of gyaks that now occupy their beloved village. You tell them that you are their liege lord, Lone Wolf. You tell them why you are here and give them a brief account of what you have seen and done since you arrived in Roxstan. They listen intently to your voice, transfixed by the shocking truth of what you tell them. Is this what I'm telling them? Do I tell them the truth? Do I tell them the falsehoods? Leandra is waiting for you. You decide to leave. You decide to stay for a while in order to reassure the villagers. I mean, technically I'm meant to be their liege lord, so I feel like I feel like reassuring them might be beneficial in the long run, but no idea. The news you brought is dire and hard to bear. You feel the refugees' anguish. They are hoping that there is something you will do to ease their suffering. The young man in the leather apron steps forward and says, "My name is Darter. I am an apprentice jeweller. My young brother was chased out of the village when the Gyaks attacked. He is only 7 years old. He has thick brown hair just like mine. Have you seen him?" "What is his name?" you ask, sympathetically. "Carrick," says Darter. "His name's Carrick." "I'm sorry, Darter," you say, and this is all you need say. The young man can sense that his brother is dead. His eyes close and his face becomes deathly pale from the shock and heartache of his sudden grievous loss. You try to console Darter, but he does not hear your soothing words. You take out the pendant that you retrieved from around Carrick's neck and press it into his elder brother's trembling hands. Darter raises his tear-stained face and thanks you with a blink of his reddening eyes. Then he stares at the inscription of his young brother's name. "Thank you for bringing this back to me," he says quietly and humbly. "It is a pendant I made for Carrick's 5th birthday. He always wore it. He said it was a constant reminder of his clever big brother. This means all of Magnamon to me. Thank you, sir. And now I must give you something in return. Please, I insist." With sympathy and deference for his tragic loss, you agree to Darter's request. The Amulet of Clemency. Ooh, 2 to my intelligence. Well, so far, so good in the whole that's always auto-equipped. I see, I have to make a choice. Because I can only have one pendant, I suppose. Which is inaccurate. Because they hang round my neck. I could have as many pendants as I felt the urge to before starting to keel over. So dexterity and intelligence, well, technically speaking, yeah, I've already got a little bit of, that is 2 plus 1 where I'm dropping, so that's a total of plus 3 is the way I'm looking at it. Whereas that's only a total of plus 2. But it does lean towards the intelligence factor, which I haven't really fully addressed as to what. Oh, that's current objective. That's not what we want. Status. Is that the character sheet? That's what we're after. I have lent towards intelligence, but doesn't necessarily mean I have to keep leaning to intelligence, I suppose. My techniques, is that... Oh, is that not something... Oh, I see, that's because it's already there. Ah, there we go. For if it's not obvious, I've not actually played this game apart from last week. So, we're still very much in a first ever playthrough of this game. Shield attacks. Oh yeah, that's got blood. Can I? Oh, right, I see. Just generally, well, that does appear to be locked, so... Can we? No, okay. So at some point, if I have Axe Mastery, I can make people bleed! And yeah, I suppose it does look like there's a little meter there. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it does look like there's a little meter there. Which makes a degree of sense, because I have biased that one and left that one fairly limited, so yeah. We shall see. The teenage girl is staring at you. She bites her lower lip and looks like she is desperate to say something, but she cannot find courage enough to utter a single word. What do I do? Do I turn invisible? Oh no, I can leave. Or I can address the hesitant girl. I will address the hesitant girl. Go on, Quee, says her companion, nudging the girl with his elbow. Ask him. The girl musters her courage to ask you a question. Please, sire, have you been to the sheriff's office? Did you find anyone there? Anyone down in the cells, I mean? Yes, you reply. I have been there, and yes, I found a prisoner in the cells. His name is Merrick Gilad.
Did you kill him?
Gui's frankness catches you off guard. No, I did not kill him. I set him free. The girl is visibly shocked by your reply. If I'd left him locked in this cell, it would only be a matter of time before the Gyaks found him or he died of thirst. I released him so he'd at least have a chance to survive. It may be a slim chance, but it's better than no chance at all. Gui's face contorts with anger, and you are shocked by the speed of her sudden transformation.
You set Gilad free,
she says, spitting out the man's name, or the Nam's mane. I don't know. Nan's mane. I've got Nan's mane. She needs a shave. With contempt.
You should have killed him. It's only right that he should pay with his life for the death of my older brother, Harund. My brother was reaved as Sheritalo. Gilad and his thieves murdered him in a sunken forest along with another reeve called Fergo. He must be made to pay for his crime. A life for a life.
I'm sorry for your loss. I truly am, you reply, trying desperately to soothe her raw emotions. Sadly, her grief is inconsolable. You feel the weight of duty and responsibility falling heavy upon your shoulders. For these young and vulnerable villagers, you are their only hope of salvation. I give you my word as Kai Lord and as the Friar Earl of your province. I will rid your village of these accursed Gyaks. Data raises his head and says, Sire, is there anything I can do to aid you? Yes, you reply, impressed and heartened by Data's unexpected offer of help. There is an injured miner at the doctor's surgery. His name is Grove. Go there and collect him, but be careful how you carry him on his stretcher, for his legs have been badly damaged. Bring him back here and await my return. I shall not abandon you. Data nods assertively in response. You can count on us, my lord, and if you need to restock your supplies while you are here in the village, please come back to us. We put this warehouse to good use once again and aid you in your fight. Although you could requisition what you need from your subjects by order, you are mindful that they have suffered greatly, therefore you accept Data's proposal, and you insist that you will pay for any supplies you may purchase. I preferred the other option, mate. Okay, does that mean I actually have a shop here? Is there going to be... Ah, yes, there is a shop there. And my next destination is the fork in the road. Do I want to talk to the merchant? Yes, why not? I have got plentiful gold that I've been picking up along my journey. Ooh, the nailer. That is a crossbow. Yes. Nice. Copper necklace. Plus 1 dexterity, so that's a no. Are they all these? No, they are all different stats, which is making life slightly more troublesome, because if I could just hover over them, that would be a lot easier. But no, I have to. I suppose they are at least in order, I think. So those copper rings. Oh, plus... interesting, there is a slight symbol difference. So 3 and 3, both intelligence. Okay. There's some visual cues. A finest level pouch, a Kai pouch. How many pouches in there? 6 slots in there. Lockpicks could be very useful. Throwing knives could be very useful as well. Tainted bolts. Take my tainted bolts. And I don't know what you do with my tainted bolts, but you're going to take them. Well, now, I could buy a crossbow. How much gold? Oh, I got 229 gold. So I don't know if I buy a crossbow. I ain't got much left. But if I buy a Kai pouch. Oh. Ah. Cantonar. I said, ooh, ah, Cantonar. So it would seem... What is this button here? Ah, durability. I mean, it's about half... somewhat over halfway gone, but still. Required materials. Ah, I see. Hardened steel. Okay, so I can't upgrade my stuff there. I can sell. Is this selling? I think this is selling. So I do technically already have what I believe is going to be a Kai pouch there, so maybe don't buy a pouch. I could sell that grill since I'm using the other axe. Can I upgrade? I must be using the Hakar, is that correct? I just need to double check that I'm actually using the hacker and not the grill. Yes, that's the hacker. Okay. Whoops, not the button I'd intended to use. Although, having said that, I don't know how to get rid of this menu now to get back into the shop. Let's go back to the map, I suppose. Hopefully I can get back in the store. Talk to the merchant, excellent. I wasn't sure if I'd fucked it up, but I think we're fine. So yeah, let's have a look at this upgrading thing. Can I upgrade my hacker? I can upgrade my hacker. I do feel obliged to upgrade my hacker, especially only 29 crowns. That's definitely worthwhile upgrading there. Can I upgrade it again? No, I cannot. Oh, Jam's meat. Oh, you've met the Jam. And the Jam says, no, sir. The Jam was not found to be pleasant. The Jam didn't want anything with you. Oh, that's so. Oh, that's just looking at my stash. Okay. My shield. Can I upgrade my shield? Yeah, no, I don't have iron. Did you have a stash of iron? Oh, you did. Okay, I think I'll tell you what. I will purchase 1 iron in order to get my shield up, because I think my shield is quite important to me. Do I want to upgrade that shield? Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Now, slightly tempted. So throwing knives. What sort of 180 to 225? They are substantially more. And the nailer, that does have firepower 15. I don't actually know what firepower 15 means, but I'm sure it's important. But I wouldn't actually be able to purchase any bolts. That's a bit of a dilemma. But I do already have some bolts. And I do now have 3 picklocks, or lockpicks. Why didn't you've done that before? I know, it's terrible. And I could now sell the grill. So, okay, yeah, let's sell the grill, because I don't need that. Although I could put it in the offhand, but I'm happy with my shield, to be honest, so fuck that. The Amulet of Clemency. I'm pretty much happy with the amulet I've got, so I think we can get rid of that. Excellent. Superb. Right, so now we've got a little bit of spare cash, so I'm going to purchase the crossbow, because why not? Enjoy yourself. Treat yourself. Treat yourself to a crossbow. And let us... if I've got 3, I'm going to pop that up to 10 in total. What was Power Flare? Stuns all enemies. Interesting. Tunnel Sweeper we already know. Daggers, I have 3, so if we can get those up to 10 as well, perhaps? Yes. I could buy like 1 Tainted Bolt. Yeah, I don't think I'll bother buying 1 Tainted Bolt. I think I'll save my cash. I suppose what we should do is perhaps have a look and see... the backpack. Oof, I need 1 more superior leather. Ah, there's a back icon. The shield, no. Car leather armor, we've decided no. The nailer, no. Not that expected. The knives scabbard. I can upgrade my knives scabbard. Fuck it, let's upgrade my knives scabbard, or scabbard, whichever one you like. Excellent. So I've spent most of my money, but I do have some upgrades, so I suppose that's something. I like upgrades. They help me fight things. Let's go to the main street. We're slowly but surely making our way through the town of Rockstar. I'm assuming there's probably more than just the town of Rockstar. I've no idea how long this game is. Oh, unfortunately we are dropping frames like a motherfucker. This is an inconvenience, isn't it? Don't know if that's going to just come back or whether that's completely buggered. I'm hoping it'll come back. And it is not, in fact, completely buggered. But there you go. There we go. I think we may have settled again. That's fine. You return to the main street and make your way with caution among the fire-blackened ruins of homes and workshops in this part of Rockstar. Now you possess the missing parts needed to fix the elevator and reach the sunken forest. Leandra is likely to be waiting for you at the boiler house, and you do not want to keep her waiting a minute longer than necessary. You quicken your pace and head towards... I hate the way they do that sometimes. Just having it properly done. UK internet moment. Internet? Yes, I'm meeting people on the internet. I've internet. Possibly, yeah. I think it's just I'm too far away from the Wi-Fi point, really, so it tends to be a little bit spotty. But unfortunately, there's very little I can do. I was tempted to run like a 20-foot cable across the house, but I decided maybe not. Hopefully, just if it sticks to just every now and again, all right, fine. But it was when it was doing it basically permanently was slightly annoying. Towards the end of the village, to where the buildings come to an abrupt halt at the edge of a cliff. Okay. Ooh. I lockpicked, I dashed, I thought about things, I did something with a compass, I thought about more things, I had a bit of a gamble, I did some healing, I did some invisibility, and I had a wolf. Ethernet is worth it. It's true, but as I say, it's one of those ones where I don't necessarily fancy trying to do a sort of 20-foot cable. But maybe at some point. Although I can't deny, I've not exactly gone leaps and bounds into a career of Twitch streaming. And outside of Twitch streaming, the Wi-Fi is sufficient. So it's probably not hugely worthwhile going, yes, I'm going to charge up and grab a cable and do all drilling walls and do all feed it through and all. It's just not worth the effort or time. But as I say, maybe one day. Stealthily, you move along the street until the way ahead is blocked by a barricade of timbers, barrels, and domestic furniture. The villagers tried to make a stand here in order to stop the raiders at the elevator. They managed to block the way, but it is clear that they could not maintain this defensive wall. All along the base of the barricade you find several dozen bodies. By far the single largest number of Rockstar casualties you've found so far. The Gyaks had no need to tear the barricade down. They simply climbed to the top and hurled themselves down upon the defenders. Hello, Mr. Chester Phoenix. Welcome to the Hodgepodge of Hilarity, where we are playing Joe Dever's Lone Wolf HD Remaster, because he insisted on having all of the words. Because why not, I suppose. Well, I'm afraid it's not visually stunning. I like it. As I said earlier, I like it. I like the presentation of this game. But it's not one of those ones that makes for the most visual or stimulating of streams, I don't think. But I'm doing it anyway, because I don't learn. But how are you, Mr. Chester Phoenix? Are you well? You peer through a gap in the barricade and see that the buildings on the other side are larger and more widely spaced. They end abruptly at the edge of the cliff overlooking the sunken forest 100 feet below. You see the elevator platform in the far distance and the boiler house where Leandra is waiting for you. However, reaching her will not be easy. There are many Gyaks in the area, and they are nervous and watchful. Making a run for the boiler house is a viable but risky option. You focus on the building and notice that it adjoins another, which you assume to be the pump room, where people pump. This soundtrack doesn't sound like it lends itself to hilarity. No, it's quite a dark game. This whole city, town, whatever you want to call it, has basically been bombarded by these creatures called Gyaks, and everybody's been horrendously murdered. And I am the lone wolf, who is just having a wander through, killing things as best I can. I let a small girl's brother's murderer out, but we don't know for certain he was the murderer of the brother. But the small girl didn't like me. She didn't like me. It's fine, I don't mind. I don't mind if children don't like me. You can just kill them. I'm the fucking liege lord. They'll do as they're told. The closest building to the barricade is a grand timber-framed house. Bathhouse, says the sign above its main door. You remember Leandra told you about the steam boilers of Rockstar. They also provide heating and hot water to the village by way of underground pipes. It occurs to you that the main pipes may be large enough to crawl through. The boilers have been silent for more than 2 days and the pipes will be cool by now. Reaching the bathhouse may be safer, but you cannot be sure of what awaits you there. To reach the boiler house with minimum risk, you must act quickly. Okay, so... Oh, hello, okay, hang on. So, well, which way are we going? Which way are we going? Oh, that's the shop. I did wonder what that icon was, but that would be if I wanted to go back to the shop. So this was the road to the elevator. So that's making the mad dash, or this is going through the bathhouse and the tunnels. I've got to admit, I personally don't like the sound of going through a small pipe. But this isn't technically me, so I equally don't necessarily like the idea of dashing forward. But I like the sneak idea, I just don't like the pipe. I don't like the dashing idea, but I like the straightforward approach. So, as far as I'm aware, they've got sort of ups and downs. So this game seems fine. I like it. I don't know. I like it. I'm enjoying it. It's a nice little storyline, nice presentation with the book. You know, I do particularly appreciate like the level of peel. Oh, look at the peel. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Sorry. I do like the way it peels. It's really good. Well, the first suggestion was in a pipe, so go on. I will take the sneaky route because I have been sneaky in the past. Steam reviewers are either 12-year-olds or people complaining too much. I tend to find that. But I don't know. As a whole, Steam reviews do tend to give it a rough estimation. However, there are several games that get negative reviews that I've enjoyed. So, yeah. Grown man is fascinated with paper. Not even real paper. It's digital paper. I think that makes it sadder. But I do appreciate how good that is. How good that is. That's a lot of detail and effort, I think, has been put into that to make it look quite as good as it does. And I respect and appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, in terms of enjoying the game, I think it's a very enjoyable game. I just don't think it's a particularly good stream game, which may make you ask yourself, why are you doing it on the stream then? I'm not a very good streamer. There you go. It's a match made in heaven. I'm not sure what to do right now, so I'm eating Oreos with milk while I think. I mean, in fact, that's a pretty good fucking option. I haven't had an Oreo in a while, but I must admit, I do find Oreos a little bit too dark. And I don't know, maybe that's daft, but I don't know. I'd prefer them a little bit of a lighter chocolate. I do like them, don't get me wrong. I do like them. But arguably, I suppose that's why you dip them in milk, because that automatically makes them milkier. So that you've kind of solved the one problem I have with Oreos by dipping them in milk. So well done, well played. But no, I quite liked. I think they did like a sort of a chocolate covered Oreo. Am I making that up? I might be making that up. I don't know. But I feel like sort of a more traditional chocolate rather than a chocolate biscuit. They covered in chocolate. But yeah, I think that was the thing. Might be wrong. Quickly, you run to the main door of the bathhouse before you are seen. You hurry down an open stairway that leads to the basement of the bathhouse. Here you discover 3 large pipes that convey steam and water from the boiler house to the cellar of this building. They are empty, and their thick copper sides are cool to the touch. They all lead to the boiler house, but you must decide which of these pipes you will use to get you there. I've got 3 random pipes. I mean, what's this? Oh, I don't master the discipline of... I don't know what that discipline is, but no matter what, I don't master it. This is unfortunate. I got this packet on Saturday and then lost it until yesterday, so now I'm eating some. Fair enough. I do slightly beg the question, how did you lose a packet of Oreos? But I feel like that could almost be a ask the middle pipe if the left pipe is the correct pipe. I don't think it's that sort of riddle. But yeah, I feel almost like how did you lose your Oreos sounds almost too personal a question to ask. It's none of your business how I lost my Oreos. What I do with my Oreos is entirely my concern. Ooh, what's this then? Hello, what's this then? Welcome, Butternut. This is Joe Dever's Lone Wolf HD Remaster. Oh, they were in a plastic bag, and I clearly didn't actually look for them very hard on Sunday. That's fair. Looking is hard, but welcome, Butternut. This is Joe Dever's Lone Wolf. It is a book. We've also established a book goes like this. Ooh, look at the fucking peel of that. Look at me peel. Look at my peel. And we're travelling through pipes in order to try and get to the steamy room on the other side of my pipes. You open a large inspection plate and pull yourself inside this copper steam pipe. The floor is ankle deep in water that has condensed from the pipe wall. It is pure water, and eagerly you drink your fill. Refreshed, you crawl along the pipe for several yards until it begins to descend deeper into the granite bedrock. The pipe is not completely dark. There are several small pipes that feed off this main conduit for most of its length. Where the pipe leads to a steam vent, there is a pool of dim grey daylight. Gradually the pipe levels out and you see that the wearhead is blocked by a large and tightly woven copper grill. It was placed here to prevent small rocks and other debris from passing along the pipe and damaging the lining. There is a hinged inspection plate in the middle of the copper mesh. It is a simple key lock. Okay, interesting. I know his true peelings on... Oh, well done again, but still, well done. Okay, so I can't smash it, fair enough. I look for a weak point in the copper grill, or I could just try and pick the lock. I feel like I can probably just pick the lock. I've got some spare lock picks, so I think our lock picking was sufficient. It's basically Skyrim lock picking, and I quite appreciate that. It is quite difficult. The lockpick does die alarmingly quickly. I suppose let's try sort of hopping over there. Yeah, worse. Okay, fine. We'll go down then. But yeah, you do sort of... It's surprisingly difficult to get a delicate sense of this. But there you go. Might just be me. Other people... Oh, you bastard. Well, we had 10 lockpicks. We'll have 10 lockpicks for long. You bastard. I feel like we're getting worse. Cocksuckers. I think it's possibly slightly more difficult than Skyrim. I realise I'm making it look more difficult, but at the very least, cocksuckers. I feel like I've lost... No, Skyrim definitely doesn't have as good book peeling, bastard. Maybe I do need to flick it all the way there. But... Okay, yeah, this is definitely looking closer. Did I... Yeah, that fucking bastard. A bit there. Yeah. Go on, you bastard. Go on, bastard! I'm channeling my inner Sean Bean. Bastard. Bastard, Longpig. I think we're getting worse, so I think it's back up this way. Yeah, you bastard again. I'm going to break all of my lockpicks. I literally just bought a bunch of lockpicks and I can't get this one. I've done lockpicking better before. It's just this one is proving particularly troublesome. Come on! Like the tiniest little twitch. And the bastard lockpick just dies almost instantaneously. Got it. There you go. Got it. And in terms of, did anyone else actually read the books on in Skyrim, I suppose? I know someone claimed to have done so, which is the fella from Polygon, or once was from Polygon. I don't think he is anymore. Brian David Gilbert. I think he was supposed to have read all the books from at least one of the Elder Scrolls games. Whether it was actually Skyrim or one of the earlier ones, I'm not sure. But he still did. You remember that clown? I dread to think, but I don't recall a clown. But then I don't think I ever got to 200 hours of Skyrim, certainly. And you've never played Skyrim? You should at least give it a go, I think. They are very good games. They are, as is proven by the statement 200 hours, they are time sinks. Some immense time sinks. But they are very entertaining games. Possibly... I don't know. I think Skyrim is technically better. But I think the others are considered better as a sort of overall experience. And by technically, I mean as in the technology that has been used to build the game is slightly more better. Slightly more better is not a sentence. No, it's not. It's not a sentence. Elder Scrolls 6, when? I don't know. I think they have been advertising it though, haven't they? I think they have started the ball rolling with the whole notion. Or at least they're doing something else fantasy-based. Maybe they're doing something else completely different. I don't know, but still. As you crawl forward, screaming, "Bastard! Bastard! Bastard!" as you lose many a lockpick. You see several other pipes joining this main conduit at regular intervals. Some of these are not much smaller than the main pipe. They channel steam away to the village shops and houses. After a few minutes, you reach a section of the pipe which is closed off by a circular copper plate. This plate regulates the flow of steam from the boiler house. There is no lock or any other visible means of opening this regulator plate, and it is too thick and well fitted for you to break down. Reluctantly, you are forced to turn around. You son of a whore, you made me waste 6 lockpicks on turning around. And explore the first adjoining pipe, which is large enough for you to enter. This pipe continues horizontally for a few yards before rising vertically towards a steam vent located somewhere in streets of Rockstan. In the streets of Rockstan, surely. I think there was supposed to be a "the" in there somewhere. All I've ever seen really is Elder Scrolls Online. Oh, that's true. They did do online, didn't they? I haven't really played that one. I feel like now I've put into the internet that I've not bought Skyrim, that Todd Howard will turn up in my room and force me at gunpoint to buy it at least 3 times. No, he's just gonna put it on Oreos. He's seen that you eat Oreos and never played Skyrim, so all he's going to do is port it to a biscuit, and that will allow you to play it. I don't think he tends to turn up and force people to play it. He just puts it on things unlikely to ever have Skyrim on, so that you have it. It'll just suddenly turn up. He doesn't use threats. He just uses it turns up in your life, and suddenly Skyrim. I feel like analog horror is huge right now, and I can imagine Todd Howard being the main antagonist of the series. Faces hidden between the Oreo slices. Yeah, if you do the twist method, you just, his grinning face up there going, you want to play Skyrim now, don't you? I've put it on something in your house. You'll never know what until it's too late. You'll think to yourself, I'm just going to have a shower, and then suddenly Skyrim. Even indigenous tribes detached from civilization, he'll find a way. Todd always finds a way. Anyway, so in the streets of Rockstar, there are copper rungs fixed on one side of the pipe. Bong, but that's me ringing. I've coppered the rung. I've rung the copper. Do you mind, sir? That is not a clapper. There's a better joke there, actually. So imagine I said I've just rung the copper. Now you have to imagine a police officer here going, hello, 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 sir. I know it's called a bell end, but you don't ring that. Slightly better joke. Slightly better joke. Not by much. Just slightly better. And you climb them all the way to the top. The exit is blocked by a heavy iron cover. Dim grey light pours down through holes drilled in this cover plate. You press your shoulder to the cold iron and force it up. As soon as the seal of grime breaks, you feel the heavy cover inching upwards. I think I might be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Okay. Oh, I can do strength. You exit the pipe with no further hesitation. You raise the iron plate, paying close attention to your surroundings. That feels more like a me thing. Did you bring your paper physics license? I don't think I did. Slowly you raise the circular iron plate and slide it aside. You peer over the edge of the pipe exit and see that it emerges in a street located close to the boiler house door. Unfortunately, your elation at having found the boiler house is dampened by the close proximity of Gyaks. A small group of them are standing near the boiler house door, taking it in turns to drink from a large bottle of wine. They clearly stopped spell checking. Taking it in turn. No, I'll give you that. That's me. That's me being stupid there. I don't think you need the S on it. I thought you did, but then I changed my mind. You can tell that they are, by the way they move there, they're a woman's gyak, no time to talk. There's a song reference in there somewhere. It's weird, I don't know if it says more about how many genuinely detestable people there are in the video game industry or its natural charisma, but I don't dislike Todd Howard, despite the many lies he's told over the years. He was in the chess club, I see. I did not know that. I attended a chess club shortly. And actually, technically I attended the chess club for an extended period of time, but we never really bothered playing chess. Which I realise. It's a little bit like when I played rugby. And the only time I really enjoyed playing rugby was when it was raining and we were told to sit in the clubhouse where I could watch the Crystal Maze. So, yeah, I don't know if that says something about me, that the best times of chess club were when we weren't playing chess. The best times when I was playing rugby were when we weren't playing rugby. So, yeah, apparently my best times in any of these clubs were never actually doing the club activity. Toddy's lying, just a law of nature. At this point, everyone is used to it, so there's no point in getting mad. I see. I suppose maybe he's not lying. He's just putting forth his best intentions that turn out to be false. So it's technically not lying. It's just not actually true. Right, hang on. Where were we? They are slightly drunk, but not enough to prevent them from raising the alarm if they should see you. You decide to use the situation to your advantage and launch a surprise attack on this unwary group, but first you must cause a diversion. Inside the pipe, the brackets fixing the top rung are badly corroded. Using your cloak to muffle the sound, it is easy for you to lever the rung up and down. And we'll try and use a cloth to muffle the sound. I don't know. It's probably not going to do anything, but still. I actually put a cloth over the microphone. I don't know if it made any difference whatsoever or just made a horrendous noise as the cloth was on the microphone. Now I think I've got dust on the microphone. And it's not going to be good to blow the dust away. But I'm now touching the microphone, so you may hear some strange noises. Because now I want to get rid of the dust. There we go. I think we're okay. Right. Never in any clubs? No, that's fair. Just having massive ambition and giving huge games to their smaller developed teams. Yeah, that is the way he does it. It's a funny story I saw in the comments of Crobe Cat's video on Todd Howard's Sweet Little Lies. But apparently they played a Little Lies on Swedish radio, and when the song was over, the DJ said in Swedish, obviously, and this one goes out to a very special member of the chess club. I just heard a clown laughing. It was Todd. No! Not the Todd. This happened a few months ago. Oh dear. Anyway, muffled the sound. You grasp the copper rung and hurl it out of the pipe so that it falls beyond the group of gyaks. It hits the hard ground with a loud ringing sound. Trying to find things that might ring. really as ringy as I thought it was going to be. No, better. That was a pair of snips and a bean tin. And you may be asking, I'm sorry, why do you have a pair of snips and a bean tin on your desk? The snips is easy, miniatures. The bean tin slightly more difficult to explain, but still the crux is miniatures. It's quite useful because I magnetise. For anybody who doesn't know, I magnetise a lot of my miniatures, so I can magnetise them to the base and then take them off the base, put them on the base, off the base, etc., etc. If you need to spray paint the base coat, it's quite useful having something they will stick to. Bean tin. Because I do, in fact, I have probably the world's most blinged out bean tin because it's gold on the bottom. It's got a golden bottom because I've been spraying gold. It's nice. I haven't touched my gunplas in ages. Oh, now see, I keep meaning to try a gunpla. At the moment, I'm more sort of MCP and sort of 3D prints and a little bit of Warhammer with a sprinkling of a couple of other bits I think I've got around here somewhere. I've done a couple of little D&D bits, I suppose, but still, I still have a GM and a few others, and they can take anywhere from like 6 to 8 hours to build. I imagine that's quite fun though. I quite enjoyed. I enjoy the idea, I suppose. I don't know whether I'd actually enjoy the process, but I enjoy the idea. I like the look of it. But I do still have that. Mr. Blue Boosh gifted me a snow speeder. Yeah. Air speeder, technically, I suppose. They were used in the snow, of course, but they are technically air speeders, which looks like it has a similarity to the Gunpla style. I'd like to try Gunpla, but I want to finish actually watching some Gundam series first. It's not an unreasonable call. Never had a display case, so the few I made are just rotting in dust on my windowsills. Yeah, that is the big issue, isn't it? It's not too bad at the moment because I'm actually using the MCP stuff, but there's a lot of stuff here that's like, nope, now it's painted, but now just dusty. Mostly there's sort of, I did a couple of scenery bits for Warhammer Underworlds, and they're just now sitting there in dust. But there you go. Back to watching OG Gundam at some point. I keep meaning to watch something like that. My comics in the window, and some of them are blacked up with whatever gunk comes from the window. Yes, it is sometimes alarming the state things can get into just by sitting. It's like I haven't dragged you through a sewer backwards. How have you gotten this filthy? You've sat there doing nothing. Holds up surprisingly well considering it's from the 70s. That's good. I'm quite pleased at that. Although let's hope if it's from the 70s there's nothing too prejudiced, racist and other such bits and pieces. I suppose arguably because it's set in the future, it can possibly not have any of those problems as much. I'm sure things set in the future have had those issues, but still, I'm glad to. The point is, I'm glad. You own literally every Thanos comic. You only own half the Thanos comics. It's a shit joke. Such a shit joke. And yet I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist it. Gundam has some big race. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. The villains in it are Nazis. Okay. Yeah, but Nazis are sort of like, you're allowed a bit of Nazi in there. As long as the Nazis lose, obviously. You know, I mean, you can't have them win, obviously. It's interesting. Nazis came up earlier today, weirdly. It's not often they crop up on these things, but someone made some... for anybody unaware, there's an ion token in X-Wing. And it's sort of like a little central thing with a little wibble, little wibble, little wibble, little wibble. Now, I think the big issue is it's 4 little wibbles. And when you put that in like plastic, it does look a little bit like a swastika. And someone did sort of point out, you know, someone was going, look, I've got all these tokens for sale on my Etsy store. And then someone just sort of went, yeah, you might want to change that eye on one. It looks alarmingly like a swastika. And they sort of had a little bit of back and forth going, yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, I might change that one. The main point of Gundam is that war is bad and big robots are good. I'm sure that's not technically what their suggestion is, but big robots are good in fairness, which gets across quite well. Nice. Gets greyer as the series goes along. Ooh. I do technically, I don't think it's installed anymore, but I did have one of the latest video games of Gundam. I think it may have been like a combo, and it was sort of like everything. It was a sort of tactical, turn-based tactics sort of game. It was mildly amusing, but didn't grip me. That was the only problem. Didn't grip me. Which is a bit of an issue with some of these games. They need to grip you and hold you steady. It hits the hard ground with a loud ringing sound which galvanizes their attention. As one, they move away from the door. Two! And that would be Super Robot Wars 30. Possibly. I could not guarantee that's the one I had, but I'll take your word for it that that is distinctly probable. Char is 10 out of 10. I agree, I do like a Charmander. Oh, he did a twisty, but I don't know if anybody liked it. They have their backs to you, and quickly you exit the pipe and stalk up on them unseen with your weapon drawn, ready to strike. Okay, let's go. It's time to do some combat. Because technically it's not all just book. There is a combat system. There are elements I like about the combat system, and there are elements I don't like about the combat system. What I like about the combat system is the idea of clicking your weapon to access the weapon options. That I really like. I think that's very clever. This little meter here and then being sort of unable to defend yourself, I'm not keen on. Right, let's deal with this fella and have a little shield bash to stun him, and then focus my attentions, if I can. Come on, give me, there we go. Give me my weapons. I will focus my attentions on this little fella. I even quite like the idea of using the different commands to get it to sort of respond, but at this point I now have to sort of make decisions, because I've now currently got no energy, which means I can't use my standard attacks. I can still throw daggers, which means I can still do some damage, but it does mean he's got a bit of an advantage over me until I get, I think it's 500, yeah, which means I'm going to run out of turn, so I'm going to have to leave it. But yeah, it's a weird one, because it's kind of like, it's not quite exactly turn-based, but it's not exactly not turn-based. I realise that doesn't necessarily make as much sense as you might hope, but it is that sort of, there is a turn-based element to it, but equally there's not as much turn-based as you would perhaps want there to be in the game. I do have this big sword as well, if I particularly want to, but I'm not going to lie, I don't usually use the big sword. That, if it's red, it costs me health, I believe, to do. Which I must admit, it didn't do too much health there. And again, do I really want to use my daggers? No, not especially. I'm going to have to sort of... possibly... Oh, he just cheeky little bastard. I didn't even know he had a health potion. You've got, like, massive... Go on, it's about half. So, yeah, let's use my summon sword. Oh, this is a charger. Oh. Charge it up. Oh, you son of a whore, you are still alive. Well, you know that whole I didn't want to use daggers. Yeah, I'm going to have to use a dagger. Because I need him to die. Die now, sir. Die in my arms. If you could die in my arms tonight, I'd appreciate that. I think I might be bleeding, not sure. Yes, I am. Isn't that just an annoyance beyond belief? Slicey dicey, sir. Now you're bleeding too. See how you like it. He doesn't. Oh, I'm gonna take you by the throat and stab you with my summon sword. Yes, I am. Bad man. Graphics. Indeed, it does have some degree of graphics. As I say, I love the transition as well between book graphic and non-book graphic. Oh, nice. Slowly learning Japanese. That is impressive. We've discussed in the past that I have no capacity for languages whatsoever, and therefore I'm very impressed at people who actually learn any kind of language. It doesn't just have to be Japanese, it's any language. But still. Oh, what? Eh? That was... Oh. That was one of those moments where it's like, that's Dragon Quest. What the fuck is Dragon Quest doing here? But some cheeky boy, and unfortunately the chat hasn't specified who, and it was too small for me to find out. I'm gonna guess perhaps Blue Boosh or Butternut, but it's not cropped up in the chat. It didn't specify, so I apologise. But I appreciate you playing the sound. But yeah, it scared the shit out of me because it was like, oh, where is Dragon Quest coming from? Someone's got a wild Dragon Quest. Aha. Now, see, the fact that you've actually gone to the effort of typing the words "wasn't me" basically has been a confession. There's a part of me thinking you'd have been better off going, "It was me," and then I wouldn't have believed you, and then it would have been you, but wasn't you. See, you don't get away with that one. You don't get away with that one. Where were we? Interested in SRW, because it's got code geese. Yes, the code for geese is honk honk. Sorry, I'm ruining things you like, but don't worry, I ruin things I like as well. I know, Chester, you played Tales of Arise, I imagine, and if anybody else has as well. It was Butternut then. Okay, now you've caught me with confusion. Now it's difficult to know. You've teamed up, and now I've got no idea which of you did it. I'll have to look back. What's the time code? Hour and 17 minutes. I'll pop back. About an hour or 15, I suppose. I'll pop back and find out. I'll find out! But, yes, Tales of Arise. I ruin it for myself as well. Because what I do is I make the names of the towns stupid. Like I did there with Code Geese. So, there's Menansia, and I can't help but look at that and think, Menansia? Menansia? What's Menan doing here? Have we got a cake for Menan? No, not. We'll just say hello. Hello, Nan. Hello, Nan. Didn't know you were here. Menansia. And the other one, that one at least is tolerable because it's quite close. Whereas this one is not really that close, but it still makes me chuckle. But there's a place you go to. It's slight spoilers, but it's just a place name. It will be meaningless to people unless they play the game. But anyway, there's a place called Dake Faisal. Dake Faisal. And the literal moment it came up and they said, "Welcome to Dake Faisal," I thought, I am so pleased to be here in Dick Fizzle. And now I can't think of the place without thinking of it being called Dick Fizzle. See, I don't just ruin your things, I ruin my things as well. It's an affliction. Also, restarting it later lets me choose the female character, so I don't have to look at the male MC's design ever. I see. Can't imagine Getter is still in it. I think his son Go is in it. His son Go Getter. In fairness, that was a bloody thing the other day. What was that in? I can't remember. There was something. It was a TV series or a game or something. And there was a character. Oh, it was Bravely Second. There's a character in that called Go Getter. Which I know a lot of the names in Bravely Second are somewhat sort of on the nose. Like, I didn't realise, but Idia Lee is meant to be Ideally and stuff like that. And it, confused me. I didn't know it. I've lost the plot. I'm trying to read and talk, and my brain is too small to handle that sort of thing. But there you go. I've looked it up. SRW30 has stuff from Getter Robo Armageddon. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Armageddon is the one with the multiple timeline and Saltome being like, lol, I can pass me, so you can develop autism and then join the army so you could see me in this exact moment 20 years later. Absolutely 5,000 head level plays. That sounds confusing. I'm scared of Gundam now. I think I'm scared. There's 22 series in the SRW30, but that includes multiple Gundams. Good lord. I must admit, it does feel like one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't mind getting... Oh, I think I'm intimidated now. I like the idea of watching it, but now I'm intimidated by all of the things. But still. You enter the boiler house and close the door behind you. Quickly you draw its heavy iron bolt to lock it shut, and then turn around to take stock of your new surroundings. This high-ceilinged, timber-framed building houses a large Bronin steam boiler. It is braced by stout wooden beams and shiny Bronin stay rods. My page didn't turn. The steam power generated by this boiler is harnessed to drive a long Bronin piston that passes through the wall and into the pump room next door. You follow a narrow gangway through the middle of the boiler room and approach an archway that leads into the pump room beyond. On the floor beside the archway there is a large wooden chest. On the lid is an oval plaque engraved with Laumspur leaf. You lift the hinged lid and find several healing potions neatly stored inside. You are examining a potion of Laumspur when suddenly there is a loud hiss. Psst. Technically that was more of a loud piss, but that's just because I put a bit more P on the beginning than I'd intended. Escaping steam and the shiny Bronin piston rod starts to move. The pump is working, and I have Laumspur tincture, Volco blackberry potion, and 5 more throwing knives. Excellent. Can never have too many throwing knives. Tell you what I fancy doing. Just because I can, and because they're slightly more potent, I am going to pop myself there, the crossbow, and see how we fare with the crossbow instead of my daggers. I don't know what sort of manoeuvres they're going to be. So we got just a standard shoot, a bolt shot at the enemy which inflicts projectile damage, augmented by firepower. Poison bolt. Shoot that poison bolt through my heart. Shoot that poison bolt. I remember at some stage someone compared Gumplers to Funko Pops. Funko Pops are the devil's work. I loathe them. I despise them. I want them to burn. But yeah, they're also very, very different. But I suppose, to the uneducated, and moronic, I suppose, but still. And the entire downstairs. Yeah, I know. Funko Pops were like a big thing a few years back. And I was right stuck in the middle of it. Stuck taking phone calls and emails from... The problem is, from collectors.
Oh, my box has one wrinkle. Oh, it's not worth as much.
It's not worth fuck all, mate. It's a fucking Funko Pop, you fucking dickhead. Sorry, I'm a little agitated at Funko Pop. Funko Pops. It brings back the memories of the fucking Funko Pops. I technically do own 2. I own one of the Winter Soldier, but only because it's a bobblehead. And I own one of a TARDIS, because even Funko couldn't fuck up a TARDIS. They tried. Dear God, they tried. They've made it very squat, but nonetheless it is a TARDIS, and therefore tolerable. But basically I only got them because I used to... Basically when I worked, I hated having money. I know that's ridiculous, but nonetheless it was like wasting all my day or wasting all my time, fucking money, fuck it. So I bought a load of sort of mystery sort of boxes. A little bit like the Loot Crate idea, but like the cheap, shitty version, which was the Zavi crate, or whatever it was called, Z crate, something like that, Z box maybe. And weirdly, of all the things I think I got in a few months worth, do you want to know the most useful part of the Z box? It's the box. Because I was able to pack exactly the right amount of X-Wing things into the box. And so I've been using the boxes more than I used any of the mystery items. Now don't get me wrong, some of the mystery items were quite reasonable. I've got a deck of Batman playing cards. It's quite nice. There's the little Batman jigsaw I did on stream a while back. Quite nice. The Martian book. Very nice. A couple of odds and ends comic-wise. Tolerable. A little sort of... I don't know what it is, but it's Robin from Batman and Robin. It's square and it's plush. It's nice enough. It's nice enough. I can't remember anything else. Oh, I think the Rocket statue I've got, Rocket Raccoon specifically, and possibly the Zelda one. Yeah, I think the little Wind Waker Zelda statue was from there. So the boxes had a couple of odds and sods in them, but yeah, as I say, I also ended up with a TARDIS box, a TARDIS a Bumco Pop. Yes, my Bumco Pop. Only when I've eaten beans. But yeah, I ended up with the TARDIS and the Winter Soldier, and the only reason I kept the Winter Soldier is because every now and again I can pass by the Winter Soldier and go, his head goes bobble. Like a sad, sad little man. But still, it's alright. One is fine, and it's out of the box, and it sits there, and it's got a wobbly head. I'm fine with those. Fine with those. But, as I say, when working in that environment, when people would send in photos of my box is damaged, and you look at the photos, and the only thing you can say to them is no, it's not damaged. But obviously you can't actually say that. But there is no damage on that box in the photo. And it's like, fine, send you out a fucking box, you dickhead. But yeah, it was some of the most frustrating things ever was based on the fact that these people, collectors, and the idea of the box has to be pristine. It was sent by Royal Mail. Fucking chat to your postman. If he's booting your fucking parcel up the street, that's not my fucking problem. Yeah, of course it is classified as my problem, which is hugely annoying, but there you go. And soul destroying, in fairness. I don't know if you've ever worked in customer services. It's despicable and horrendous, and I would not recommend. Leandra suddenly appears in the archway. Her face and clothing are smeared with oil and grease. What's she been up to? I suppose repairing everything. I hope you bolted the boiler house door, she says, wiping a splash of oil from her chin with the back of her hand. I unbolted it for you when I heard you fighting Gyaks outside in the street. She stares at your tunic and cloak, both heavily stained with Gyak blood. By the looks of you, I'd say the Gyaks came off worse. Getting here wasn't easy, you reply. How did you fare? Leandra informs you that she reached the boiler house without falling foul of any Gyak patrols. The Gyaks were alerted to your presence in Rockstan, and their focus on finding you helped her to evade them. It is a correct sentence, just my brain didn't do it. Worked in care. Now see, that feels like it's probably worse but better, all at the same time, and I know that's a contradiction. But there's definitely a lot worse elements. I'm not going to claim otherwise. Vastly worse. But there's also surely at least an element of satisfaction. That might not be true. That's speculation to the highest order. Whereas that sort of, my box is broken. No, it's not. Fuck off. there is no satisfaction there because you're solving a problem that doesn't exist. And so it's just like, no, this is horseshit. Colossus is finally, after a month since I started him, finished. Now, how are we classifying finished? I know I'm ruining your good vibe, but what can I say? It's a talent. The world says use the talents you have. Yeah? And my talent, unfortunately, is to bring people down. Which means I'm going to have to ask questions. How finished is finished? Are we talking the model is finished? Are we talking the model and the base is finished? Because I would argue the base is very important. So if you're considering the model finished and the base is not finished, I would consider that not finished. But if you are considering your base and model finished, I would consider that finished. Sometimes these grandmas are like ringing their buzzer all night about meaningful bullshit. Yeah. Goodbye. No. He is based. And no, that is not a tiny man wanking his penis. That is me giving you a small bit of clap. Because every now and again, you deserve a little bit of clap. But yes, well done. Well done. What is the next project? And I know you had a moment's clap, and then we are straight back to you've got more projects on the go, haven't you? What's the next one? That's just the annoying part. There's also the fun of life segments. End of life segments. I don't know if that sounds fun. You may have to convince me further. The vibes are back, baby! Trying to do an impression of a comedian who says baby, whose name I might get to eventually if I keep talking, but I'm not 100% convinced. He does. He did Taskmaster 1 year. He does the TV programme that I also cannot remember, and if we carry on talking I might remember the programme, and therefore that might lead me to the name. No. No, it's not. Neither of those things is happening. Anyway, one day my brain will work. One day. Taking notes, watching someone die, so I know the signs. That is not... I think the fun levels were supremely falsely advertised. But yeah, no, that definitely doesn't sound good at all. So yeah, I think you may have convinced me that I was right in the assessment that working in care is vastly worse. Which is, I mean, impressive that you can deal with that, because I can barely deal with my own life, let alone caring for someone else. Fun story, maybe not fun. But I ended up in a sort of job fair one time. I can't remember precisely. Oh, do you know, it was up in Colchester, and I was walking around this job fair, and they sort of, oh look, it was like some kind of job goblin, a joblin.
You need job. Come here. You need job. Yeah, come.
I did. Because I wanted a free pen. And they had a particularly nice pen, I think, that one. No, I don't know. But what's quite good is you just sort of go around these little fairs and you go, I'll have that, Bob. I'll have that pen. Oh, you got pens as well. Excellent. I'll have that pen. I'll have that pen. Marvellous. Never have too many pens. I think the back alley job goblin is a different sort of job. But nonetheless, she was sort of trying to advertise the idea of working in care, and eventually I had to I wanted to move on and not be in the industry of care, and I had to I suppose I put it fairly bluntly, but I had to sort of just go, I mean, it would probably be beneficial to work in care, except I don't really care. And then I just sort of walked off. But there you go. I realised I missed the moment to make the joke, but I'm going to do it anyway. No, I'm not cold. It's quite warm in here.
I might need more. I might need more.
I said cold. Cold, Chester. You can experience the tiny wanking man as well. And it is an experience. But yes, very good. Very good. It was worth it in the end. It was worth it. But yeah, it definitely takes a lot of mental fortitude. Indeed. But yeah, I was offered the idea, and it's like, no, I do not have. I don't have the empathy. I don't have the basically anything. Even abnormal shit for care. I had to deal with an auto-cannibal once. I don't know specifically what that is, but the fact that it includes the word cannibal sounds bad. I'm assuming it's some kind of person who does try to eat you, or is it just someone who like needs to bite things or something? I'm assuming maybe there is a dictionary definition for what auto-cannibal is considered to be. And I'm guessing it's not literally just a cannibal, because otherwise it wouldn't have the auto in front, I suppose, but still. As you can see, I've been a busy girl. I've relit the main boiler and the piston is now beginning to function, but it will take a while yet before the steam pressure is enough to power the elevator. There. See, I've been working too hard, I can't even talk anymore. Good God, man. You out there wandering around? What were you doing? I was doing the hard work, wasn't I? Did you at least get the parts? Fucking hell. But it will take a while yet before the steam pressure is enough to power the elevator platform. Leandra tells you that she must now reassemble the parts that previously she had removed from the elevator control mechanism. It'll take me some time to fix the elevator control, she explains. The control mechanism is outside, near the cliff edge, where the platform is located. There is no cover there at all. I will be in plain sight the whole time I'm fixing the mechanism. If I'm to get this job done, I will need you to provide me with cover from the GIAC patrols. I'll probably do that. Oh, eat it, yeah! I'm missing empathy, but watching a guy eat himself and spit blood at me was probably bottom 10 moments. Yes, yeah, you're quite right. Also, usually, yeah, you're quite right. I should have probably been able to work that out myself, but I suppose I didn't. As specified, the brain doesn't always work. But yeah, it's eating yourself. That's not good. See, I no idea how you would handle that. So, as I say, colour me devilishly impressed that you have the sort of fortitude to deal with that sort of thing. Because as I say, I know for a fact I can't deal with that sort of thing. Let me put it that way. I'm not going to go into details. Just take my word for it. I know I'm not capable of that level of dealing with situations such as that. You can rely on me. Oh, sorry, Leandra. I didn't mean to do an impression of you just then, but I got confused. I thought I was you and you was me, and it's been a long day of killing Yaks, so I'm sure you can understand. You can rely on me, Leandra, you say reassuringly. You just concentrate on fixing the elevator. I'll deal with the Yaks. You both move to the door of the adjoining pump room and peer through its grimy glass pane into an open street area beyond. Leandra points out the location of the control mechanism. It is perched on the edge of the cliff, a few dozen yards from the pump room door. I'm out of it now, but at the very least it taught me a lot, even medical stuff that might be helpful down the line. Yeah, that's always going to be... I mean, I have been... I've had so many lectures on the idea of transferable skills, so I know all about the idea of being able to use all of these things all over the place. So I'm also going to mention now that when I looked up Sweet Little Lies, it asked me, did you mean Sweet Little Lies, Todd? So it's obviously a very known thing. I actually enjoyed it, but mostly it was just my autism that got in the way. Before we leave, you'd best give me the missing parts, she says. I won't be able to fix the platform without them. Well, I suppose I don't have much choice. I don't know why the Wii song came out, but it did. Oh, shit! Was that a different dialogue? I'm so used to just assuming it will be fine that I've now stopped paying attention to the dialogue. But it was fine, so this looks like a sort of finale because we're right on the edge of Rockstance. I feel obliged to have a pop at this. Have a pop at this bit of story, see what's happening. I know my stepdad is pretty ill and I'm a trained carer, so if my mum needs me to do anything, I can do it or teach her how to. Yes. That is a fantastic thing. I specified that's partially why I know for a fact that I don't think I'd be very good at that sort of thing, because it's when presented with anything in a medical sort of capacity, it's very much a sort of do you want to just ask the deer that's next to me in these headlights, because I think he might be able to deal with it better. So yeah, we're both pretty bad here, but I think he's got the edge on me. So just ask the deer. And then the deer goes rampant and starts killing everyone. And then I sort of realised that maybe it wasn't the best idea of bringing a deer in the house. It didn't want to be in the house. It wanted to be roaming somewhere else. I recovered the drive chain and the control handle, you say as you retrieve the missing parts and hand them to her. And here is the compression valve. Now is this everything you need to fix the platform?
Yes, thank you.
She answers with a trace of a smile on her lips. Do I have any tracing paper? I might be able to make the sound of her tracing a smile on her lips. Oh dear. I don't think the deer would be very helpful. Oh, you'd be surprised. I'm caringly inserting your catheter. No. I'll take the tea, yes, but I prefer not the catheter, because, oh no. It's not got thumbs, or fingers, or hands. No, it is only a deer. It's interesting. Do you classify it as 4 arms or 4 legs? It's the 4 legs, isn't it? I answered my own question there, really. She is impressed by the fact that you have retrieved the 2 missing items and that you have the compression valve as well. Now let's get a move on, she says. We've both got a job to do. The quicker we get started, the better. Leandra leads the way. As you follow her towards the elevator control mechanism, you see a large GIAC search party come striding into view through the swirling wood smoke. The worst part is when people think they can just pull it out. No, that seems to me like a worse idea than putting it in. But still, I must admit I'm probably quite a decent patient, because I tend to do what I'm told when it comes to a medical capacity. It's very much a sort of, hello, do you understand? I do understand. Do this. Okay. This, as long as it seems like a reasonable idea. If the doctor said, go shoot yourself in the face, I'd probably be suspicious. I don't think there's a doctor. In fact, that's the deer in disguise again. Son of a bitch. I received an offer from someone the other day to buy 8 legs of venison, but I turned him down. It was too dear. Oh. It's a shocker. I like it, but it's a shocker. Absolutely. Oh. Sorry. There was the wave of that joke, and it sort of diminished, and then there was another wave where it was like, oh god. And I feel like it feels like one of those jokes that, like, at 3 a.m. tonight, it's just gonna make me go, oh, must get back to sleep now. That's a shocker. That's a genuine shocker. But well done. Well done. I like it. It's just a genuine shocker. You draw your weapon and get ready to cover Leandra by engaging these enemies in open combat. Oh dear. I'm not that good at open combat. I've spent most of my life avoiding the open combat, but I suppose it's good to have this little mode again. But it's just like most of what I've done has been to avoid open combat I sneak through tunnels. I go around... I don't know. Yeah, this feels like it's probably a bad idea, but let's use the Somerstern. Somerfield! Woo! Go for it. Yeah. Excellent. No, not excellent. He's still alive. Son of a bitch. What are you doing still alive? I'm hoping you will die. Good boy. That's what we wanted. We might be able to afford a cheeky strike. That's the one. Oh, I've just unstunned him. That's not what we wanted. Whoa, how much is that? 550. That's not going to work. But I might be able to get a cheeky bow shot. Go on, cheeky bow shot. I don't know what I'm expecting. Is it just one of those? That's fine. Being not daggers, I wasn't entirely sure what the bow situation was going to be. Oh dear, that's a big boy. I shouldn't have used... I didn't know they were going to summon more creatures. I suppose I should have known. I absolutely should have known. And I apologise for that lack of foresight. As opposed to when you come out and sort of go, do you want a Brucey bonus? Which is a lack of foresight. There's a joke in there somewhere. You might have to excavate it. Excellent. Well, that's another one dead. That's very good. A repeating pistol. You and that bloody repeating pistol. I can't stun him, so I'm slightly tempted to turtle. What we got? So that's 550. So that made me move. No, okay. I'm going to turtle up. A repeating pistol. Yeah, a repeating crossbow. Oh, there, cheeky boy. Do I get me? Yes, I do. Go on, get twatted in the face with my axe. I'm gonna ask you a question, and that question is, how? Oh, you bastard! That was my turn. A repeating pit. Oh no, you've spread it, and not a good way on toast. It's spreading throughout. It's like a plague of repeating pistols, which arguably in the world of Bloodborne, I think a plague of repeating pistols is probably considered a good thing. Shall we do a cheeky little... Oh, okay. No, we do not do cheeky little crossbow, but oh, no, we can't do that. Okay, fine. We'll have a cheeky little crossbow bolt then. And pow! Boosh! There we go, yep. I wondered when others might turn up. What's he got for me? Oh, you bastard. That's a lot of damage. I think we'll use my little healing powers. Which is lucky I generated enough Kai to actually use those healing powers, but still. Whoop and whoop. I quite appreciate the... Oh, yes, good. I quite appreciate the fact that it's the same combo of maneuvers for the attack. I'm assuming it might change if I change up my weapon, but while I'm using the axe, it's always that sweep and down. And I kind of like that as an idea. It makes it less... It makes it easier, but it equally makes it sort of more sense, I feel. Makes more sense that it would be the same action, because you are doing the same actions. And I appreciate that. Crossbow bolts, excellent. Fryland pie. Victory Royale. I'm assuming is that... I suppose... Oh, that's Fortnite, isn't it? Based on Fortnite. Or directly ripped from Fortnite, one of the two. Sometimes you're allowed to just rip things from things. Other times you have to reference them. Heavily reference them. Breathless from the exertions of combat. Is what the enemies are, in fairness. They're breathless. I'm just out of puff at the moment. You step over the bodies of the slain Gyaks and look towards the edge of the cliff where Leandra is busily working to fix the elevator control mechanism. She is attaching the drive chain and she signals to you that she is currently Sean Connery. And then she stops signalling you and starts signalling you that she needs a little more time to complete this vital task. We got a #1 Victory Royale. Can I have one of those #1 Victory Royales, please? And the man from Burger King says yes. You hurry towards her, but you are stopped dead in your tracks when you see another group of Gyaks emerge from the ore-crushing works nearby. They are led by a tall humanoid warrior clad in black armour. Your heart sinks. It is an elite Dracarim soldier. The unwelcome sight of this imposing warrior sends a shiver coursing down your spine. Ugh. "Fuck! Took him!" he shouts, and immediately his Gyak patrol obey his chilling command. Hurriedly, you move to position yourself between this advancing enemy group and the elevator control mechanism. You are determined to protect Leandra at all costs. The Drakar and the Gyaks unsheath their weapons as they rush towards you, growling vile curses. Take me to your Xbox. Oh, take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. I want to go to Moisty Myers, but not loot like. Oh my. I take it, are you referencing something specific there? Is that like dirty chat-op lines surrounding Fortnite? Do chug review. Oh my. Hiya! Sir? Sir! Please stop slicing me with your very large blade. See, I warned you to stop slicing me. We can be pro Fortnite gamers together. It feels like it's almost a song. Is it a song? Meme song. Ow. Please don't strike me with your bad vibes. I don't like it. I'm going to try and take out the little uns. And I know I'm always slightly in two minds whether it's worthwhile little uns or not little uns. Oh, I suppose I actually need the poison bolts. Okay, that's fair. I sort of knew that. I sort of assessed it, which actually makes the daggers slightly more of the potent tool, because the daggers have some more... Oops, shite. I got too distracted talking about the daggers. They're a slightly more potent tool. What's he doing? What's he doing? I don't know. I don't know. Don't like it. Don't like it. Please stop. No, I'm going to have to give it till next turn, which probably means I'm going to have to... you healing. I don't think you healing is a fair thing. I might want to consider using some more of these Florora fungi. Oh, yeah! Sucks to be you, sir. You just got sliced in the brain, and don't you dare think you can win. I think this should kill. Should be kill shot, assuming I do it properly, which is always in debate. Take it like you would. Ah, you bastard. I was hoping he wouldn't get a chance to hit me, but he did. I'll tell you what, let's use the Summer Sword on the big guy. Because I think one Summer Sword, and I still have enough energy to heal myself. Unfortunately, that Hall, he's a chunky boy. He's a chunky boy who don't want to die. And I don't like chunky boys who don't like dying. 650, we can probably afford to just give that 650 so that we can really stun the little fella. And that should give me... I quite enjoyed that Peacemaker. It was a bit sort of... It was a little bit American. Let's put it this way. I know. There's a sort of... Now, what do you mean by a little bit American? I don't know. But it was very American. Which, in fairness, it was built in America, so it makes a degree of sense. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Is the key. The crux of the statement is I quite enjoyed it. John Cena singing naked into a prop vibrator makes up for it, though. Yes, that was quite the scene. As I say, a lot of their elements were really quite very funny. Really quite very funny? There's a sentence in there somewhere. You just have to unpick it to really access it. Right, let's... I tell you what, let's make you bleed with the shield, ideally. Obviously, every time I say make you do something, it's very much a sort of, in an optimal situation, this event will happen. Oh no! 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 Ow! I think I might have to heal myself. I think we'll heal myself with my Kai powers on this occasion. Especially because I did not know, but that gets me back to full stamina. I'd not noted that down before. You're a chunky boy who doesn't want to die. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're in that position. It would be worse if you were a chunky boy who wanted to die, or an any boy who wanted to die. Ow. Please don't hit me that hard. It's not... I has to run out of turn. Darn it. Didn't expect the actual KKK to show up either. No. That was quite something. Bad situation being made worse. Whoops. No. Goddamn. He's healing now. I think I might have to just leave the little ones and focus on the big fella. Alright, there we go. That's kind of, though, that's it for my health potions, which is not great news. But, hopefully, the big fella should be moments from death. Not quite, but as specified. I did say moments from death. I didn't say actual death. I said moments from death. Yes! Grab him by the throat. Grab him by the elbow in his chin. Take my chinny elbow. Or take my elbow chin. Can we... I think I've got the health bar to just leave it. I'll tell you what, cheeky crossbar. Cheeky crossbar will just make him slightly weaker for next turn. And make him bleed a little bit there. Oh dear. No. Dang it all. We're bleeding, I'm bleeding, you're bleeding. No. But I did at one point, when sort of the white dragon did turn up, I did almost have the nasty suspicion, and I can't imagine any filmmaker ever actually doing this, but it did almost feel like they were going to put the white dragon and his minions up as the heroes against the butterfly things. Kind of slightly spoiler there for anybody who hasn't watched it. I do apologise, but nonetheless, it almost felt like they were going to go ahead and get like the white dragon to clash with the butterflies, and then the white dragon end up being actually slightly heroic, and it's like, that would be awkward. Are you going to do that? And they didn't. In fairness, they didn't at all. Oh, I got a free nailer. Oh, I've been using the nailer. Dang it all. Actually felt emotional at that one point, and I barely ever care about this shit. That's fair. That's why it subverted expectations. True. As I say, overall I did enjoy it, but there was elements where the humour became very American, and that's not. Again, I don't necessarily say that as a bad thing. Just as a thing, it was quite an American program. Which, again, I do acknowledge it's an American program. Of course it is. But I think Suicide Squad was quite fun as well. And John Cena was, he did steal the show somewhat, which is quite impressive, considering the fact that... Was it the fact that John Cena played a dumb American? That is probably one of the reasons why it felt quite American. Yeah, you're quite right. He played it perfectly, in fairness. But to be able to steal scenes whilst next to Idris Elba, that is an impressive thing. So I think John Cena should be sort of applauded for that, because, as I say, being able to steal a scene from Idris Elba is a hell of a task, and I think John Cena definitely held his own, acting off to the side of Idris Elba there. And that was quite fun. It was quite a fun film. And was not expecting the big villain at the end. Again, I'll try to avoid a degree of spoilers, but the big sudden, oh shit, that enemy. What made them choose that one? Oh, it's weird. And I see, I'm slightly biased against John Cena in his wrestling stuff, because, and it was, I was discussing this with Can't Sleep Must Paint the other day, where he was pushed so hard as, you will like this man, you will like him, you will like him. It had the opposite effect, and it very much did. And I grew to dislike him. And I think part of it was, that was around the time frame where I was starting to get a little bit tired of WWE. So I was sort of like, especially because they'd advertised the beginning of SmackDown, this is your list of matches for today. I say, well, he's going to win because he doesn't lose anymore. He's going to win because he doesn't lose. He's going to win because he doesn't lose. And if on the rare occasion, this was where it was at its peak, where I just gave up with watching wrestling. But at its peak, it was like, Well, he doesn't lose, and he doesn't lose. Oh, so they'll get DQ'd and throw the match out. And then lo and behold, you get to the end, and it's like, yeah, they DQ'd him, match got thrown out. And the fact that I was able to predict it down to that level kind of told me it had gotten a little bit stale, and I'd perhaps watched too much wrestling, perhaps, I don't know. But it was one of those ones where it's like, ugh. And John Cena, I fear, was in the sort of boom, he was in the limelight of that whole affair, which kind of biased me against him substantially. Which is almost a shame, because he does seem like, again, like, I was only ever disliking him as a wrestler, and not even necessarily his wrestling standard, but as the character in the wrestling, I was disliking. I've got nothing against the real man. He seems like he would probably be quite entertaining and fun to be around, I suspect. A decent chap. You move away from the bodies of the dead Drakkar and its Gyak patrol and hurry towards Leandra. She has now fixed the 3 missing parts in place. Your courageous action has bought her the vital minutes she needed to complete the reassembly of the control mechanism. The elevator platform is now working, and you can hear the loud hiss of steam and rattle of heavy chains as it rises up from the floor of the sunken forest. I don't think I got no chains. I suppose let's try. Again, I've no idea what that actually sounds like. Or not through the microphone, I suppose, is the key thing. Then the platform appears at the cliff's edge. It is a large, oblong-shaped elevator with a safety rail around its sides and a flat roof made of corrugated iron. Leandra points to the platform. She has to shout to be heard above the hissing and clanking noises of the heavy machinery. "Get on the platform! I'll work the control lever to make it go down!" The elevator will descend the moment she depresses the control handle, but this will leave her with very little time to reach the platform, and she will have to leap onto it while it is ascending. This is a dangerous action. If she misjudges her jump, she'll likely fall to her death on the rocks below. Do I take her place? Is there an option to take her place? You'll run towards Leandra. You'll go with her, or not go at all. The choice is hard, but your mission comes first. You go alone. So hang on, let me just double check this. Does she actually want to come with me? Question mark. I don't know. I mean, technically, I must admit, I'm struggling to know the options, because I feel like if I literally go alone, no, I think this one feels like the better option. Because I mean, arguably, I feel like what would be the best action would be, don't try and jump on the lift. I'll go down by myself. But I feel like that's not an option they're giving me. So I think we'll go with the together. We'll go with together or not at all. All for one and one for all. You have no intention of leaving Leandra alone at the cliff edge. The noise of the working elevator platform has alerted every Drakkar. Oh, okay, that would have been information I wouldn't have minded previously as well. So, yes. Blurred. I must admit, I don't remember the moment specifically. I don't remember much of the moments. It's been a long time and my memory is faulty at best. You have no intention of leaving Leandra alone at the cliff edge. The noise of the working elevator... Gyaks coming. Gyaks are coming! What are you doing? She cries, her eyes wide with surprise. I told you to. We leave together, or not at all, you reply forcefully. Leandra shakes her head in disbelief. Very well, here goes, she yells, and she tugs the control lever down hard. She tugs you hard, and you say, We've not got time for that. There is... I can't help it. There are certain trigger phrases. Tossing yourself off a cliff, stuff like that. Tugs is another one. Just can't help myself. There is another loud hiss of steam and the platform's winching chains screech as they reverse direction. You grab her hand and pull her away from the control mechanism. You are anxious to reach the platform before it disappears completely from view. Leandra tugs her hand. I said not now. Free from your grasp and shouts.
I must take the handle. The Gyaks will follow us if I don't disable the control mechanism.
For a few agonizingly slow seconds, you watch as she unbolts the handle and slips it inside her tunic pocket.
It's done. Now follow me.
Leandra runs headlong towards the edge of the cliff where the elevator platform is located. It is no longer in view. It is already descending towards the forest floor. She grabs your left hand, and before you can hesitate, she leaps from the edge of the cliff and pulls you with her. Yes, she's tossed us both off the edge of the cliff. For a few stomach-churning seconds, you fall towards the roof of the elevator platform. Then you hit the corrugated iron surface with a heavy jolt that leaves you bruised, breathless, but thankfully still alive. For a few moments, you cling to Leandra, holding her tight as both of you recover from the shock of the jump onto the elevator platform roof. The force of your impact has buckled the thin iron sheeting, and you are able to kick away this damaged section. Carefully, you lower yourselves through the hole and drop down onto the floor of the platform beneath. The elevator is making a slow and steady descent. You can see the snow-covered tips of the pine trees rising inexorably towards you. That's a nice picture. Oh, it moves! It moves! I wasn't expecting it to move. Oh, the elevator's moving as well. Nice. There's not as usually quite as much motion in these little images, so that pleases me. Lovely little bit of extra there.
Thank you,
says Leandra. For what? You reply.
For being a man of your word.
Before you can say another word, you hear the plaintive howl of a wolf echoing above the noisy clank and rattle of the elevator machinery. It draws your sharp eyes to the perimeter of the sunken forest to where a narrow gully forms a V-shaped cleft even, in the cliff wall. There's a cleft in the cliff, or a cliff in the cleft. How many clefts does cliff have? I don't know. I've not counted. It is a long way distant, but you are able to see a pack of wolves descending the steep cleft in a single file. You recognize the white patch on the face of the leading wolf. It is the pack leader you encountered before entering Rockstarn.
Friend of yours?
Asks Leandra. You pause for a few moments before answering. Yes, they are friends of mine. I think, with that being the end of chapter, destiny dictates I gained dexterity and endurance, and now I also have the rising sun. You make an arch with the blade of the summer third, which inflicts divine fire damage to all enemies caught within the arch. Or arc. It's an arc, isn't it? I misread it. Bollocks. Oh well. We move to... Oh! It's just the elevator.
The elevator
descent
descends
again,
from
but
Rockstar.
bigger and fancier.
There is no way back. You survey the sunken forest, and a chill shiver runs down your spine.
Ugh.
This sinister timberland is full of enemies, and dark secrets better left undisturbed. The challenge awaits you.
God, I must admit, music in the background there. So sort of beautifully heroic feeling there. The Forest Hunt. As opposed to Colin. Oh, I need to actually push the page. I forgot about the whole fundamental mechanics of the game for a moment there. Okay, excellent. My quest has been updated. All is as it should be. Let's have a look at the quest. I've still got... Oh, that's the sly knife for lockpicking. Yeah, of course it is. And I've still got the Summerfield. And yeah, I think we'll put it away now because that feels like an appropriate point in time to put it away. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to find a way to turn the game off. There we go. But it should be auto-saving. It did last time. There's no reason to think it won't this time. Act 2, Chapter 1. Excellent. So yeah, it's a longer game than I thought. I thought it was going to be like sort of almost the roguelike style stuff, where it's short bursts. You go back to the beginning, you do a short burst, you go back to the beginning, you do short burst, back to the beginning. But it's got like a far more fuller sense of storyline to it. I'm quite enjoying it. Quite enjoying it indeed. Do 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 do. We're now in the biddly boop boobity boop bup boop mode, where we are deciding precisely what to do next. See, we've got about 20, 40-ish minutes maybe. So the options I suggested were Portia, or possibly some fishing in Sea of Thieves. I tell you what, let's do... I might do more than fishing, but let's do a little bit of Sea of Thieves. I'll take a little jaunt around the oceans in the Sea of Thievingtons. Oh, one thing I should do, although having said that, will I have time? I don't know. Sea of Thieves. Dunningtons. Fishing. The excitement of fishing. Yes. The excitement of fishing. Although I will possibly need to go and get some bait first, which will mean sort of a general island hop to perhaps try and find some bait. Find some bait and some bits and some pieces. Do 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 do. Interesting, slightly concerning, and slightly interesting. Have to investigate that at some point. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oops, that's not the button I wanted to push. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. It's probably fine. It's maybe not fine. We shall have to wait and see. Sea of Thieves is taking its sweet-ass time. So we'll have to give it a moment. There we go. At least it's in its first stage of doings. So it should. I mean, it should theoretically just appear. But hey, there you go. I told you. And I am never wrong. And he says that knowing full well he is almost always wrong. But there you go. He does like to believe. Every now and again he likes to believe he's not wrong. But we'll just give it a moment to load. It does sometimes take a while. I didn't play it earlier. No, I didn't. So second time round, it's usually a bit quicker. But first time, hopefully it's actually going to work this time. Of course, yesterday it was throwing up issues to do with llamas' beards. I think it's gotten past the point where it was complaining about the llama's beard. I think their error messages are all to do with different beards. If you were unaware. If you've never experienced an error message in Sea of Thieves, the error messages in Sea of Thieves... Oh, offline tomorrow? Okay, that's fine. But yeah, the error messages tend to be... What sort of volume we got it at? It's difficult to know. Oh, 40. We can probably pop it up to its maximum. It's only on low volume where I change it up, dependent on what time I'm playing it. We'll just have a close crew, because I'll probably just do a little bit by myself, because it's only going to be about, sort of, I don't know. Well, with this game I really don't know. Did I? Oh, there we go. Push the button. It always helps to push the button. I haven't seen this game since its first game out. Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's sort of... I recently picked it back up with friends. Mr. Blueboosh and Can't Sleep Must Paint and Adam's Nook. Usernames, not real names, I'd like to point out. Just in case you were wondering, what the fuck? What sort of people do you know? Need to know someone called Cranny, I suppose. So that we can have Adam's Nook and Percy's Cranny, maybe? I don't know. But nonetheless, it you know, it proved a lot more entertaining with friends. If you can do it with friends, I would highly recommend it. If you can't do it with friends, it's not that bad, but it is definitely worse. And it's definitely more entertaining. Especially like on long journeys, it's a lot more entertaining to have people playing it with you than not playing it with you, because sometimes when it's like, I have to go from this side of the map to the other side of the map. Oh, that's a long journey. I don't know if I can be bothered. And yes, I know, Friends, an alien concept.
What is this, Friends, you talk of?
I'm hoping it will load soon. Not a guarantee. But what I'm thinking, I might do like a couple of like little sort of jaunts across the ocean. Get a couple of sort of merchant-based missions, perhaps. See what we can accomplish. I won't do anything particularly troublesome, because sometimes you get very much kind of locked in this game, and it's a very easy game to do that old classic just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Yeah, just a little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more. Especially, it's because you can. Oh, I think it's just because the window wasn't selected. That's fine. Because you can sort of stumble across things on beaches. So I could get this delivery thing and then end up going, well, I found the message in a bottle. I suppose I should do the message in a bottle. Well, I found this next little piece while doing that message in a bottle. So now I need to go back and do that. And then I'll need to go back and do that. Actually, no. I just wondered if I could not use the cannon for the sake of firing a flare. But I think you have to use a cannon. Open the crate. Excellent. Ship customization, that's what we want first, because we might as well. Shall we have... I do quite like the Shroud Breaker, but I also do quite like the sort of teal wonder that is that one. Do I have any other sales? What sort of sales are available? They're usually slightly out of my price range. Yeah, 49. Oh no, 4,900 is not too bad, but that is just a plain black black sail, which I can't deny. Quite like the idea. Could do a cheeky wild rose. I do quite like the wild rose ideas and design, but that is quite a lot of those little weird coins that I don't understand precisely how I get. Which I know that is a flag I could get behind. What's the other one I tend to... Oh, Burning Blade. I like that. Banisher of the Spectral Flame. Interesting. Do you know what? I am just going to grab the bog standard, basic as you like, black flag, or black sails. I'm going to sail under the black sails. Keep saying black flag. It's because I keep thinking of... Whoa there. Hello. Sorry, I got a little bit closer than I'd intended, Maureen. I do apologise. That wasn't me. That was the lag, or the latency, whichever one you fancy. But either way, sometimes... And it's going to actually be worse now I'm streaming, I suppose. But every now and again, there is that sort of thing where it's like, oh my, you've just skipped ahead and out in a most awkward fashion. Emissary license. Increasing your standing and gold as a representative of the Merchant Alliance. I mean... I could do that. Yeah, I've got enough gold. Oh, fuck it. Let's have that flag. And I'll go under the flag of the merchants. Oh, and a Merchant Alliance costume now available. Interesting. A lovely merchant watch and a spyglass. I've got watches and spyglasses. I'm just eating cottage pie. Nice. Very nice. I do enjoy a cottage pie. I do enjoy shepherd's pie as well. I don't know, it perhaps doesn't really matter that much. For a notable customer on this merchant cadet voyage, or this one, I don't think it really makes that much difference. So, you know what, fuck it, we'll take the middle one and see what happens. The only slight issue is I think I have to go to the ship to propose. Can I actually just... Oh, can I? Can I thread the needle? Come on. And wait for it. I'm waiting for the optimal bounce. Nope, couldn't thread the needle. I was hoping to try and sort of thread in the back of the ship, but I took a dip instead. Also, I got my sword out for no good reason. Right, propose the quest, voyage, deliver a shipment, and if memory serves, chances are this is going to be... Ah, right, so you want... Oh dear, right, yeah. So, to the Ancient Spire outpost, I need a red speckled chicken, a black plumed chicken, and a pink bristled pig, and a pink and black spotted pig. Can be collected from any merchant. Okay, so we will have to do exactly what I was saying we would have to do, which is you go to the ship to start the quest, then you go back to the merchant to collect the goods. It's a slightly arse-about-face sort of way of doing it, but still. And then, of course, now I have to take all of these chicken coops and other such bits back to the ship, which is sometimes awkward. Less awkward if you make that jump properly. Because at the moment the ship is actually docked properly, which is quite useful. And I still can't get on the blasted thing. What I need to do is we'll leave those on the deck, but then when jumping back to the old pier, I need to go up to the top area. But I must admit, this one might end up being quite an awkward quest to fulfill, because I've got to find the chigs and pickings. I have to find myself some chigs and pickings, and I just simply don't know where the chigs and pickings are. But, you know, we'll carry on and see what happens. Does it give me any clues? No. Ancient Spire Outpost. Is that where I've started? I'm assuming the answer is yes, since that's the Ancient Isles. No, it's not. Okay. So it's the Ancient Spire's Outpost. Okay, there's my final destination. Now, I'm sort of assuming that Chicken Isle might contain all of the chickens I need. So that's the initial thought track. So we want to head northwesterly direction. We shall perhaps put that away for starters. Get the anchor up. Get me anchor up, sir. Get me anchor up. Come on, sir. Please do get the anchor up. I do have to go babysit. Oh, again, don't think I'm not suitable for children. So, oh, hello. We're off to see the wizard. The wonderful. I think that's the maximum. So northwesterly direction. We said. Cheerio. Enjoy your babysitting duties. Hopefully the baby will shut the fuck up and let you get on with other things. Or you like babies. That's a fair option. If you like the company of babies, you might like it. Tally ho! Into the wild blue ocean. Right, I believe we said a northwesterly direction, so we'll just double check that on the navigation charts. Yeah, we probably could. Oh dear, I hope nobody gets seasick. Fucking hell. We'll probably want to head slightly northern. We're gonna go pop up north at some point, but for now, we're doing well. I'll tell you what. Would someone like to choose an instrument? Don't choose drums. You can choose lute, or hurdy-gurdy. I can't remember what the bastard thing's called now. It's amazing. It goes between those two. Sometimes I forget what a hurdy-gurdy is, and sometimes I forget what a is. Let's just check my bearing. I'll just get my bearings. I've turned the wheel. I shouldn't really be going and leaving it, but still. Yeah, we're kind of heading in the right direction. We should probably see Chicken Isle in the not too distant one. The top one, then... Oh, the top one is just the horn. Just hello. Or hello. It's technically not an instrument, but I'll go with the banjo because it's the top ish. Now, where do we think Chicken Isle is? Oh, Chicken Isle is substantially more northwest, and I seem to have veered off. Northwest. I think there she blows is Chicken Isle off to the side there. Not entirely sure where to get pigs from, which could prove slightly awkward, but still. Hello, Furry's a jolly good fellow. Furry's a jolly good fellow. And so say all of us. And so say all of us. And so say all of us. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. I don't mind if he's doing ice-based crime. Freeze a jolly good. It's jokes. Yeah, very nearly. Do for he's a jolly good fellow. What we got next? Oh, I think this is the old can. Oh, I might be wrong there. Yes, it is. I can't do any more because otherwise I might crash the boat. And nobody wants a crashed boat. Probably going to be fairly lackluster in my parking, yeah? Because I don't really want to sort of... No, let it go. Let it go. Like fucking Frozen. Let it go, son. There we go. We'll raise the sail even though we've got the anchor on as well. But, I mean, it's really not my best park job, but I mean, it'll probably suffice, won't it? A little bit far away, but it's fine. I'm sure the chickens won't drown. The chickens might drown. Red speckled, black plumed. Okay. Off we go. As I say, I'm fairly certain they don't actually drown, but I might be mistaken. I know if I try and harpoon them, they'll die, but I don't think they'll drown. Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to bottles. I'll grab it, but I think it's one of those ones where it's best to try and ignore it as best I can. Chickens. Hello, Mr. Skeleton. Oh, you're coming at me. Nah, you're not anymore. I like my gun. Right. Now, can I just assess one quick thing, guys? One quick minor detail. There doesn't appear to be any chickens on Chicken Isle. There's some skeletons. I can definitely hear skeletons. Not sure where these skeletons are, but yeah, there's definitely no chickens. Hello, sir. Could you? Thank you. Goodbye. Yes. There are no chickens on Chicken Isle. Chicken or I'll what? Chicken or you'll what? Is that? Oh, that's just a robot. I don't really want the robot. If it had a harpoon, I'd have taken it with me, but I can't row a rowboat and and do a sailboat. Get a ship snake? No, that is the worst advice you could ever possibly give someone. Under no circumstances, get a ship snake. Although, as specified, if anybody tries to board the ship, it would be so much fun to have just a bevy of snakes below deck. Come on, Dave, we're going to grab all his treasure. And then, lo and behold, they go down below, and it's like, why is there so many horrible things in your below decks? I'm just seeing if there's an easy way to find out where chickens are. Which I realise is not necessarily the most common thing to be had, but... commendations, no, I don't think that's got anything to do with them. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm not above looking it up, but I just feel like it would be good. It would be very, very good if they put... I mean, it would be very good if they put chickens on Chicken Isle. Not going to lie, I think that would be spectacular, but... I'm going to have to look it up, I think. In a way, I'd prefer to have the information in-game, but I can't find it, so... I'm sort of just hovering over Crook's Hollow for no good reason. It's fine. So, chickens... Sea of Thieves, there we go. Crook's Hollow does, okay. Yeah, you're quite right, Crook's Hollow does. And it does make me wonder if pigs are there as well, perhaps. Anyway, so I suppose, I don't know precisely where we want to go. If we're going to the Ancient Spire, maybe we'll just go to the North Beach. So, bit awkward, but we want to head mostly east. Mostly east. So get this anchor up. Heave, sir. Har. And now we want to go mostly east, but we'll get the sails down and head off, and then start heading east. Is that? Oh no, I'm misinterpreting the wind. It's this way around. There we go. That's the best I'm going to get. But then again, I'm heading east, so that might change the situation in the not too distant future. Where do I want to go? I suppose I could have a go on that shipwreck, but this is exactly what I was talking about. The whole get distracted by things. Doing one more thing. One more little bit there, one more little bit there. And you end up having too many little bits. I suppose we could treat myself to a little bit of wreck diving. Try and sort of gently do the sail there. Try to get close but not crash into it ideally, because I don't really want their wreck taking me down. There we go, that's going to be quite nice actually. Yeah, it's a tolerable bit of parking, that is. I think you got closer, but mine's a tolerable bit of parking, and that will suffice. Oh, okay, the wreck of the Wrath of Hades. Well, I wasn't expecting a named ship, so that's a thing. Oh, what, pray tell, were you playing? Always interested in new games. But that's fair enough. You don't technically owe me chat. It's nice when you do, but you don't owe me chat. But I'll take the apology. Turbo Overkill, interesting. Make sure to leave TNT on the harpoons. No, that is a nonsensible thing to do. Right, was there anything in here? Well, we'll take the gold, and then there is sort of one carafe thing. One little... I didn't mean to actually go in the water at that point in time, but never mind. I'm in now. In like Flynn. It's fine. If we grab the skull, we can probably put the skull in my new chest. And I will be back for that TNT, just not right now. So, I don't know if it's just me on the controller or something, but then this game is built for controllers, so if anything, the controller is going to be the easiest way of controlling it. So I think it is just meant to be disorienting as you go sailing down and swimming down and around ships, but it's really difficult knowing, you know, the way it sort of seems to shift up from down, down from up and stuff. It makes it very difficult. Right. Place a villainous skull, excellent. That'll come in handy, that chest, always. And try and get as much distance as I can. We can try and get far down. I don't think I can aim the cannon into the sea and fire myself down in any substantial capacity. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. It simulates the disorientation you would suffer, yeah. And it does it very well, is the key thing. It does it very well, because I always do get substantially disoriented. Where's my boat? Where's my boat? I kind of want my boat to still be here, thank you. It's a boomer shooter that played demo for the last Steam Next Fest. One of some of my favourite games from it. Nice. So is that now out? Is that now an official game that's not necessarily completed? But if you know, is it a finished game, or is it a green lit access game, or early access? That's the one I was trying to get to. Right, I suppose no, I can't pick up any of those. Come on, Eileen. I'll grab the mermaid gem. I must admit, the trident feels like it doesn't serve a purpose, or at least I think it's sort of a weapon, so it can serve a purpose. But it's just like I don't need a weapon. Is that my boat? I think that is my boat. So if we try and aim towards my boat, There we go. I don't think I actually lost any health that time. It's quite nice. They've said they're going to release it episodically over the next year or so. Okay. Episodically is always one of those ones where it's like, It does work. It does work, but, you know. Kill a boss, get it to augment, play Spider-Man with your grappling hooks. Oh shit, is that... Do you know what? I think I might know the game you mean now you've described it like that. I'll have to have a look once I'm no longer drowning as much as I am currently. Oh shit, oh, okay, well this is bad. This is bad. I appear to be stuck. Okay, well this is probably going to end in at least a... Oh, that's a fucking chest that's going to sink the ship. No. But yeah, I'm getting stuck. I'm getting stuck. I'm getting stuck. And I've still got a whole layer of ship to navigate. So, yep, there we go. There's the health bar going. Straight up this time. Straight up as direct a route as possible. I must go in the captain's cabin, check there. But other than that, I think we're pretty much sorted around here. I don't think there's much else down in the deck, down below decks. Oh, there's treasure at the back there as well. Interesting. I'll pop you there. Anything in there? I'll take the gold. And then, yeah, that's a full chest. Blimey. That's ominous sounds. I don't like that. There's an air bubble in there. Oh, is there? I did not know that. Shit. I suppose... Oh, what, in the captain's cabin there's an air bubble, is that what you mean? But yes, you're certainly right there. I don't think there's anything else pertinent though in the captain's cabin at this point. No. But yeah, I suppose the captain's cabin might have been a quicker... Oh, in the mid-level. Okay. I should have looked out for that. Oh well, never mind. I will survive. Well, I almost didn't, but you know what I mean. A little bit of swimming. Probably unwise, but never mind. One-up Duke Nukem with your chainsaw kicko kills. Cash. Use cash to install augments. Upgrade your weapons. Is this just barrels? Yeah, it's just barrels. I'm not really fussed about special ammunition. Yeah, no, it's just barrels. That's fine. Never mind. It was worth having a look, I think. Add new abilities in your talent tree. Be a ghost running while wall running. Attack from above. Raiding the hood of your flying... Okay, that's definitely... No, that's gone. That's gone completely different. That's not the game I was thinking it was for a moment there. Right, so I suppose we want to continue heading sort of east. Although there is a rock in front of me, so we're going to want to deal with that situation. I think there's a storm coming. I suppose if we want to head east, just try not to crash the back of the ship into that. Would be classified as a little bit awkward. There we go. We've gone a little bit too southeast, it's fine. This list will grow. Wish list the game to see it happen. Well, I'll probably do that. Yes, please do post a link in the old thing. If you have any love of boomer shooters, I highly recommend this. I honestly have never heard the phrase boomer shooter. So, I don't know whether that's my lack of education or whether it's a new term that's being bandied around. I don't know, but either way, I don't think I've ever heard the term. But certainly, it's a game, and therefore I will probably quite like it in some fashion. Don't you veer off, you little shit. So it's the bloody storm. And I have to lash the wheel. Yep, no, definitely gonna have to lash the wheel because this thing is wanting to drift. By the way, I don't think you can actually lash the wheel, but still. What's this? Oh, Snake Island. We don't really want to be in Snake Island. Thanks. Snake Island is not part of the plan. Oh dear. Oh dear. We've got maximum confusion now. Yep. We are full storm. Full storm. Have to try and almost navigate without the compass, which is never a hugely convenient situation. It's a reasonably new term used to describe FPS games made in a style of Quake Doom. I see. Okay. Makes a degree of sense. Gotta keep hold of my stick. Wasn't me choking on my stick. Whoa there, buddy. Whoa there. Whoa there, boat. Whoa there. I am kind of stuck at the helm, though, because otherwise I'm going to go way off course. Which is slightly problematic, because there's probably water seeping in at the bottom of the boat. Which I'm hoping will not sink me. Okay, we seem to be in slightly calmer weather. Let's just double check my... well, double check the bottom of the boat. As specified. A fair amount of water on board. Don't really have the time for this, but still. Check the navigation charts. Crooks Hollow is more southeast than I am at the moment. Try and get onto a southeasterly one. Very fast paced, lots of weapons, and with a very strong 90s action movie feeling to it. Nice. That does sound quite fun. And it'll be interesting to see if maybe it is an advanced version of the one I am thinking of, or whether it's got completely nothing to do with the one I'm thinking of. But unfortunately I can't remember the name of the one I'm thinking of, so inconveniently useless. Which is basically my nickname, I suppose. You, sir, are inconveniently useless. You, sir, are useless indeed. I hope you remember the name of the game you're thinking of. I probably won't. If it's not that one, I probably will never remember the name of the game. Because I only really saw it briefly on someone else's stream, so I don't know precisely what it was. Right, okay, where... I don't really know where... I suppose I did say North Beach, didn't I? So if we veer off... Not necessarily planning on getting too close. Because I don't feel like I need to, but still. Do love an FPS with movement options. I quite like the idea. I'm just not very good at it. Which I suppose... That is a distinct descriptor for a lot of things. This is possibly going to go horribly wrong, horribly wrong, horribly wrong. I've left it too late. I've left it too late. About to crash into a beach. Yep. Yep. No, that's not. That was not the situation I wanted it to be. Are we going to be able to get off this beach? Yeah. Maybe, mostly. Yeah, that's fine. Lower the anchor. That's good enough. Oh shit! There's a fucking bastard shooting. I think the ship's sinking. There's plenty of issues right now. There's a bastard shooting cannonballs, I think, and don't you oh dear me. You're not allowed to oh dear me. I'm the only one allowed to oh dear you. But yeah, I think there's cannonballs inbound. If I can get a bead on the fucking cannonball guy. No. That's annoying. The last time this happened, first shot. Not going to be able to do it this time. The boat's rocking too hard. But I do promise, the last time I did this, I shot the skeleton. One shot, one kill. There you go. Got him that time. 3 shots, admittedly. I best just double check the back of this boat is not sinking. Because he was popping a fair few cannonballs in the back. So, no, I think we're safe. I don't think the boat is going to have sunk by the time I get back here. I've also forgotten the chicken, but I spotted loot, so I guess loot is more important than chickens. But we'll try and take that. I got my arse kicked by the level I was playing on Turbo Overkill, but I had it on hard mode, so it's my own fault. That's fair. Did we have one more space? No, we didn't, so that'll just have to go on the side. Chicken coop. I suppose we'll take the chicken coop, and then I'll hope for the best for a chicken, I suppose. And then we'll have to try and look for the pigs, but I am now... It's one of those... It's an annoying game, this one, in a way. So we were looking for red, speckled, or black. But yeah, as I say, it's in some ways it's an annoying game because a lot of it takes a lot of time, and that's quite sometimes quite irksome. but then arguably that's kind of what makes the game really rather good as well. So it's difficult to truly just go, it's irksome. But still. Now, in a way, it's very lucky that I'd already looked up the idea that Crook's Hollow apparently does have chickens. But at the moment, it does feel like you sent me to an island with nothing but snakes. So, as I say, it's lucky Google seemed to agree with you that there should be chickens here. Because otherwise I would be very annoyed that you sent me to Snake Island. There you go. Overkill has taught me many valuable lessons in its loading screens, however, such as chainsaw headshots are a valid way to execute enemies. And if you want to kill something, shoot it until it dies. Excellent. Sometimes, it's one of those ones where sometimes I appreciate a sassy load screen tip. And other times, I don't. Right, well, we're back on the boat. And we've not found a single fucking chicken. I feel like what we're going to end up doing is just leaving the chickens and pigs situation and selling the loot I've ended up gathering. Is that something I'd give a shit about? I don't think it is. I don't know about you, but I don't think chickens are known for sort of subsurface dwelling. It's more ominous. Ah, yeah. Well, I was not expecting a ghost up my arse. But then I suppose not many people expect a ghost up their arse. I was just looking one day for chickens, and then a ghost shot up my arsehole. Can you help me? Of course we can help you. We're the Ghostbusters. There ain't no chickens here. There ain't no chickens here. There ain't no chickens, there ain't no chickens, there ain't no chickens here. Bastard things. The ghost didn't make me jump, but your did. Oh, there's a golden chicken, but I suppose at least it is a chicken. Oh, that's a white chicken, white feathered chicken. Speckled Jim. Here, speckled Jim. Here, speckled. Oh, you might be a red speckled. He was a red speckled. Yes, we have found a chicken. The boat's over there. Probably best not to do that. Unless I can make sure I dive into the water, which I can't from this distance. Probably best take the sensible path down. That's sensible enough. Yeah, now we're there, I think we're fine. Don't worry, chicken, don't worry. I really hope it was a red speckled chicken, and I really hope the boat's not sinking. Flanders pigeon murder. Oi, get back in the cage, you little shit. See, this is another piece of evidence of them really not having well-made cages. Because if the creature can just pop its head out, that is not a well-made cage. That is a poorly made cage. Do you want to stay up above deck, or do you want to come down a bit? Like, do you want to sit next to the gunpowder? I don't trust you next to the gunpowder. Chicken coop. We just got to find our way back up to where we once were. Do 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 do. He shot my speckled Jim. Now I believe I am just going to double check, but that should be. Red speckled, we want black plumed. General, did you own a lovely plump speckly pigeon called Speckled Jim, which you hand reared from a chick and which was your only childhood friend? And did Captain Blackadder shoot the aforementioned pigeon? He did. Yes, he did. I think we're heading in the right direction. I must watch Blackadder again. I know I say that about a lot of things, and it's usually true, in fairness. It's usually true. Black-plumed. Gets in mid-chicken cage. Right, the only slight issue is I'm not seeing any pigs, which makes me think there may not be pigs on this island. Which means I need a destination for pig wrangling now as well. I also have to make a decision as to whether I want to go back for that TNT, and I think the answer is no, not really. Because if I'm having to go to another island to try and track down pigs, we're not going to start running out of time, which is slightly problematic. Can you see Captain Blackadder anywhere in this room? Yes, that's him. That's the man. Hello, darling. Such a simple joke, and yet always rewarding every time he said it. Every time he went, hello, darling. It was just fantastic. Right, so we need pigs. I suppose let's try and look up an island for pigs. An island for pigs. An island for pigs. Pig locations, excellent. Oh, you motherfucker. Apparently there's pigs on Chicken Isle. There were no pigs on Chicken Isle, you lying dickweed. Let's try and find out if there's anything near where I am. Blind Man's Lagoon, that's not really near where I am. Cannon Cove, can't see it immediately. Chicken Isle. Chicken Isle, you bastard. Crescent Isle. Is there Crescent Isle anywhere near here? Not really, no. Devil's Ridge. Ah, the Devil's Ridge. Okay. That's not too far out of my way, so southeast. Southeast, there we go. I'm a fan of the Nugget of Purest Green from Blackadder 2. Oh, yes. That's particularly daft, that one. I think all said and told, I think they got better and better as they went. So I think Series 4 tends to be my favourite series. Oh shit, the wheel is not where I want the wheel to be. There we go. Now the wheel is straight. Excellent. So eventually we want to sort of start trying to head southeast, don't we? That was what I said. We should be okay-ish here. Are we moving? Oh yeah, we are slightly moving. Except of course it's not only a nugget. It's not only a nugget, as it is more of a splat. Oh yeah, of course he was trying alchemy, wasn't he? That's it. I've not remembered the full details. I remembered the general sort of nugget of green, but I'd forgotten the alchemy part. Right, so yeah, okay. We want to start heading sort of southeast. Please. I think it does get better, yeah. I'm curious to know if they ever do try and do another one. It's always constantly in conversation as to they might do, could do, maybe. But I feel like they might struggle. But then do you know what? I'd have said in 2000, I would have very readily said, I don't know, it's been quite some time. I don't know if they've still got it available to them. And yet the sort of Millennium time travel one, back and forth, isn't it? That I thought was a brilliant one. So, it really is all very good. But I just feel like they settled in their groove as they went, and it just kept getting better and better. Right, so yeah, we sort of definitely want a little bit more south. Which I think I'm getting my bearing confused. I keep heading slightly more east. I want more south. Ah! Okay. The ship's exploded. This is unfortunate. Oh yeah, no, the ship. I think we're buggered here. I don't know what happened. The ship just exploded. We'll have to deal with the repairs first, because that is a very large hole. TNT? I suppose maybe. If there was TNT in the sea, perhaps. I don't know, but not 100% convinced there was TNT in the sea. But it's not one of the TNTs I had on board, because they are A, on the opposite side of the ship, and B, seemingly fine. I think I might... Oh, fuck, I've ended up in a rock now. Son of a whore. This is the problem with a one-man boat. Is a lot of the time you find yourself in situations where you can't do everything at once. Yeah, I've got a bit of a clear path ahead of me, but I might want to consider stopping and fixing everything, but let's see. I mean, you might be right. I can't say I've ever experienced that situation, but you may very well find... I may very well find you're right. Anyway, so we've ended up turning completely around, which is dramatically inconvenient. So let's try and get back on target. But yeah, not the best of situations, because that is, again, it's chewing through time which I'm running out of, which is now forever plaguing my mind. Now forever plaguing my mind. Okay, there is a ship over there. I wonder if that's what... Maybe it was a bombard shot from someone else. Which is bad news, because it suggests I'm potentially going back into their radius to try and get where I need to go. Which is, of course, an inconvenience to say the least. The cannon shot would only make one hole, yeah. Right, so I don't really know what that island is, but we'll head sort of loosely towards it and hope it's the island I want. No, it's not. That's Barnacle Cay, whatever. So we want more southeast again. Did that? Sincerely hope not, but did it kill the chickens? No. Chickens seem to be fine. Excellent. We're no longer sinking. Excellent. Grab a bit more wood just in case. Right, I think we're heading into a rock, but that's a situation we can deal with. I do have the one TNT, but only the one TNT. So no, I don't think it was the TNT in my hold. But plausible. As I say, I'm fairly certain I only picked up one, and that is the one that is still down there. Plus, as I say, I'm fairly certain, yeah, my TNT is this side, and the explosion kind of came from that side, I think. I realise they don't necessarily have that level of detailing amongst them, but it is still sort of... Okay, so we need to go more south. Could you please get up the stairs, mate? More south is a rock, so let's not go more south just yet. I bet you sailed through TNT. Yeah, distinctly plausible. It's not... I've got to admit, it's not something I tend to look out for. So... Because arguably, because that has never happened to me before. I've never happened upon a random TNT in the ocean that has blown me up. But I suppose that's where having a spotter is quite helpful. Again, just the perils of having a sort of a lone boat. Can I? Oh shit! My mast's gone as well. I was about to climb that bastard thing. Because I was going to put that flag up that I've just recently got. Just I don't know, this is probably not sensible. Owing to the whole, there's nobody at the helm. Whoops. Oh, no, 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 ow. Oh, I suppose at least I didn't fall off the ship entirely. That would have been particularly awkward. It's the first time I've fallen off the bloody thing. Where's this? Oh, so it's not an actual flag. Oh, alliances. Oh, no. No? Okay, so no, it's not an actual flag. Okay, that's fine. Oh, shit. That's an island. Ancient Spire Outpost. Whereabouts is the Ancient Spire Outpost? Ideally, not in front of the ship. Okay, no, we're fine. Now we definitely know we want to go on a more southerly direction. Although, having said that, I suppose... Nah, alright, I'm going to... Come on. Back round, son. Back round. I'm going to deliver what I've got. So, yeah, Ancient Spire Outposts. I'm assuming that's probably just the standard person. Now, I don't know whether I get a reward for individual gubbins or whether I need all the gubbins at once, but still, for now, I can sell some of these other odds and sods, and then if need be, I can just go, and away it goes. So I think it's still worthwhile just nipping into the outpost and dealing with that first. Ideally, I suppose, go around to the actual pier, but I don't necessarily need to worry too much. We've seen my parking is not the best of parkings. Emphasis on that, because I appear to be ripping the side of my boat on the sand and more. Tell you what, let's just park the boat, deal with the situation that I've wrought. Okay, so it's not quite that bad. I absolutely can complain at your parking. Look, I am the pinnacle of a teacher, yeah? I know how to do all of these things, but I can't actually do them. So I can tell you how to do all of these things, and I can complain about your parking and how badly you park, but I don't actually have to do it myself. That's the rules. See, if you were a twisted swindler, you would understand and be able to do that yourself, but you're not. Which is fortuitous, because you can't have two swindlers in a friendship. It doesn't work that way. You can only ever have one swindler. If you have more than one swindler, you're going to try and swindle each other and it goes horribly wrong. But yes, my parking is atrocious. I overestimated the beach. Or underestimated the beach, I suppose. Overestimated the boat whilst underestimating the beach, I guess, is the official. Now, where's the man in the tent? Is he? Ah, excellent. There he is. Get these sold. Get these sold. It's very much the sort of... Oh, that's the wrong sort of one. No, I want the game. Ornate carafe, thank you. Since I've got a second chest... oh no, she's over there. So I will take that chest back to me. Oh. It's usually... If you play this game, it's usually worthwhile having a couple of these little chests lurking around, because if you've got the individual treasures around, you can sort of use those. You can stick them in this chest and be quick about getting them to the sale point, which is quite useful. It would be quite useful. Are you still sinking? No, I don't think you are. But there you go. That's the other thing, technically speaking. It may have been a shit parking job, but the boat's still afloat. And if the boat is still afloat, that's a win. I'll stop complaining about your parking the moment I sink a ship. How's that sound? And I haven't quite sunk a ship yet. Silvered cup. You're just going to wait for the moment I sink a ship now, I suppose. I'll take it slightly closer since they're both skulls, but... There you go. There's a skull there. I don't know what you do with these, but... I feel like I probably shouldn't be giving them to you, but, you know, never mind. Do-do. Hopefully, as I say, I'm hoping I might be able to get like an individual reward just for the chickens. At which point I can at least get something from this quest. Difficult to know for certain. Plus I don't know what the date is in-game. So I'll have to wait and see on that one. We'll deal with this skull first, might as well. And we've dealt with everything else, excellent. This is the one slight disadvantage of the game. I suppose it's not too bad. Again, it's very much a game designed for doing things with friends. But delivering everything does get a little bit tiresome. Because you have to do the same trip, you know, back and forth, to the boat, to the cellar, to the boat, to the cellar. Which is slightly annoying. So it's an interesting game, this one. Because it does have sort of these huge issues where it's like, this is terrible. But then overall, it ends up being hilarious fun. So, yeah. And I suppose it's one of those ones now. How deep can I take a chicken? I don't know. But we'll try and make sure. There you go. You're all right, mate. You're all right. Don't worry. Don't worry, son. You're alive. Now this is the point in time where I find out I can't deliver chickens. But no, you must have to do them individually anyway. Deliver the black plumed. Excellent. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it does get me a small gold reward, so that's not too bad. Whether we can finish it off and get the pigs as well, I don't know, but we'll have a go. At the very least, we've got these chickens. Chill out, mate. Chill out. Don't worry. You're only in the water for a little bit. Look, don't you fancy being an aquatic bird? I bet you do. I bet you do. I suppose arguably it probably fancies being a bird that can fly as well. Chickens kind of got the raw end of the deal there, didn't they? They taste good, they can't fly, and they can't swim. They've got very limited bird functionality, and they taste really nice. They kind of got the shitty end of the stick. Right, okay, so let's just take an assessment. Boat is built more of repairs than it is of its original wood, but that's fine. And now let's try and figure out which direction we want to go. Basically the opposite, I think, essentially, isn't it? Yeah. So south with a bit of west thrown in for good measure. Put your sword away. I didn't mean to get it out. So we'll get the old anchor up and then start the sails and then deal with the situation, I suppose. That's slowly turning. Sail in a little bit more, but obviously the fact that we're turning to try and get southwest means the wind is going to change substantially. I did fly into a storm the other time, or I suppose sail into the storm. One of the sort of, not quite that icon, but one of the big sort of twisters icons. I don't know if you've ever done it, but it's quite something. It was full of ghost ships, and I ended up sort of deciding to just fire myself out of my cannon, and I don't know where the boat ended up. I think it was sunk by the ghost ships because I just left it alone because I was interested in exploring the old exploring the fort. That's the word I'm after. Fort. But yeah, it was quite fascinating. There's a little fort. Don't know what you can do with the fort. Fuck all I could do with the fort. I wandered around the fort. I wandered around the fort again. And lo and behold, I didn't find anything in the fort. I was slightly tempted. There was a couple of other boats milling around, and I was thinking, oh, I'll try and get on your boat, sir. But he drifted off too fast for my ability. I think a fort in the middle of the sea would be a bit useless. You'd be surprised. I think we do have sea forts. Just get up on me bow and off for dinner. I hope dinner is very pleasant, and I hope the sailing goes well as well. At the moment, the sailing is ominous, to say the least here, because obviously this is quite an ominous song we're playing on the hurdy-gurdy. Let's double check we are heading towards the correct island at this point in time. Excellent, there you go. See, my navigational skills, tolerable. My capacity to park a boat, not so much. But it is parked every time. Let's try and get it a bit more lively. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. As so say all of us, as so say all of us. Let's get another one. No. That one's tolerable. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not sure what ooh-ha is meant to say, but I'll take you at your word of ooh-ha. Ahar. Ooh-ha. Right, I don't know precisely. Oh, ooh-woo now, yeah. No, that was a poor choice. This is all a poor choice. Get the sail up. This feels like it's going to run the. No, this is poor choice. Poor choices were made. It's fine. Parked. Just gotta do a couple of small parking repairs. There you go. If you don't do a parking repair, you've not really parked. There you go. Excellent. I misjudged my skill level. I thought my skill level was such that I could navigate through the middle of that. Actually, I must admit, now I've scraped the bottom of the boat, I probably can navigate through the bottom of that a little bit more. Come on, we'll try and just get a little bit closer along the side. I'm not bad at shooting, yeah, that's true. I have other talents. Just not very good at parking boats. There we go. Eeeeee, by gum lad. TNT down there. Right, where are my pig baskets now? What sort of pigs did you want? You'd like a pink and a pink and black. Okay. I can perhaps try and get you a pink and a pink and a black. Although again, I'm not convinced I'm going to be able to get the pigs and get the pigs back to the island in sort of optimally less than 15 minutes, but are you a pink and black? You look more like a black and white, I think. Difficult to say for certain. What are you? What are you? What are you, little shit? No, it's a golden striped. I wouldn't have called it a golden striped. Someone? Oh, you little shithead. Got to reload the damn gun. means I am going to have to deal with him slightly more manually. There we go. Oh, that's a snake. Yeah, I must admit I might write off this mission, because I just don't think wandering around here looking for pigs is going to take a while. I think it might be better to just write it off now. I got some partial reward by popping into the outpost, which I think now, judging by it, was the entirely correct call. What? Ah, you fucking little piggy bastard. I will fucking shoot you. It didn't actually specify you had to be alive. No, there's a black coated. We didn't want black coated, did we? Sorry, I was showing the pig. Are you one of these pigs? Pig, are you one of these? No? Okay, fine. No, alright, I think I will exit there. Otherwise I will potentially miss any mark for doings. Right, let's pop in here, pop there, pop there, pop there. Do a quick pop there. Where's the thing? There's the thing. Where's the thing? There's the thing. There's the thing on. Where's the thing? Right, so we got option there, maybe. Let's have a look. Oh, what's this? A notification. Oh, interesting. Fair enough. I've got a random subscription from a channel I don't even recognise. Excellent. I'll take it, I suppose. Yeah, I think it's just me and thee, so I think I'll probably just leave it. After all, so we'll just deal with some shoot newts. If you're after video games, can't recall what he's playing at the moment. Not on a Wednesday, anyway. He was doing Mega Man. Oh, it might be Downfall on Wednesdays, because I think he did Mega Man Saturday. And yeah, I think it's Downfall potentially on Wednesdays. But you've got Mr. Malice Calibur.
Truly insane and make literally 0% sense. Not even 10% of the sense.
We should really go into
That means
last
Tanks
year.
get the fuck out. Flag versus Max in a beef off to the dead. Beautiful. Got a tumor, tanks. Got a cold, tanks. Heart attack. The cause is tanks.
I mean, I imagine if you did see a tank sort of rolling towards you, you might be better off having a heart attack. And it would probably be the cause of said heart attacks. Anyway, your other option, if you enjoy painting, is Mr. Castley Must Paint. Both of these start at 9 o'clock tonight.
He's me doing it.
And they will give
Oh,
you
here we go again.
Dicks! Husky dicks. Big husky dicks. That's everybody's desire.
Popped up with the side. It's terrifying.
Terrifying husky dicks.
As he popped up!
Always be wary of terrifying husky dicks. I think there is the third incantation, which is the third
Somebody's got to clip that clip of the clip.
in what's Inception? The third Inception of clipping the clip of the clip, in order to clip the dicks of the dicks of the dicks, all of the dicks, many a dick. That was when he was working on bases, wasn't it? I didn't recognise the figures, and I was thinking that looks strangely Warhammer, and he doesn't tend to paint that much Warhammer. But yeah, he was working on the bases for an individual who did paint the Warhammers. Do 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 do. We're just doing now. Doing. We've pretty much reached the end, so it's fine. You can go now if you'd like, but I'm just scrolling through messages and stuff. It's fine. It's not a problem. Anyway, those are your options for tonight. I will be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock, where we'll do more Dragon Quest Builders 2 and Graveyard Keeper. So, cheerio.